Oh man, it's been a while since I've been able to write finale because we've been a while since we've finished a playthrough. But we're back. For the final time with NieR, I think. I think this will be the final time. We'll see. Hey Thermal, thank you for the water. I appreciate it. I was just having some Americans surely have cheese rings. Whatever, like we have cheesels. I don't know what they're called in America, but look, I click the continue button. There is no thing there to continue. But let's do new game. It is time. Now, chat, what sorry. Chat, should we name the character NieR for the final playthrough? Or should I keep it Daimono? I don't really know what I want to do here. Is it me or is it NieR? Who's gonna see the final ending? I think it needs to be me. I think that just has to be how it is. As much as I would love to put the name as NieR. Call him Snail Man. Need a large amount of points to get that, CJ. I think I should just go me. Gotta be me? Yeah, I think so. Thermal. For some reason, that name cannot be used. Actually forgot that this is a thing. Daimono is dead. That boy ain't coming back. Perhaps it is NieR's time. Don't make me hijack the stream. That'd be a lot of points for that. Look, it actually has it NieR and spelling correctly too. Alright. You set your name as NieR. The snow won't stop falling. NieR said he'd stay with me until it stops. Probably leave again when it does. Kinda hope it snows forever. I have 101.5k. We need to find a way for you to spend points, boy. Here we are. Back at the beginning. Nothing has changed. Tokyo still is destroyed. Snow still falls, snow in quotation marks. As the Queen Beast's body floats through the city, destroying everything, leaving humans with a curse, a black scroll that destroys humanity. Very few survive. Project Gestalt is in the works, and 2 young children are lost somewhere within this ruined city, being hunted down by shades. An older brother and a younger sister. A younger sister who is seeming to have a disease of sorts, similar to what we've seen since the Queen Beast fell. Summer 2053, not far in our future. Hey Sunflowers, how you doing? You need a bottle of water? As in you need to buy a bottle? I have me a big old glass of water here. I heard that it was father and his daughter. In some stories it's father and daughter. In some stories it's brother and sister. A wife deceased. Parents gone. The way his mouth goes, whoop. Someone say water. Thermal, please. That water's very cold, actually. A boy who can't sleep. Pestered by a book that's been put into his possession. It's interesting always because it never really expresses what NieR and Yona went through during the Gestalt project either. My coffee is also cold. I have $1. Is that enough for water? Yeah. Water pretty cheap. I mean, so if you've got a tap nearby, it's the cheapest. Free. Pure water. But here we go. Back into the fray. Like as if nothing's changed. Shades harassing my family. So we might start skipping at a certain point. I have no idea how this works. Again, this is something where we have seen this all before, but I don't know where everything changes. And that's where I've got to be careful. Look, I'm question mark, question mark. I don't even have the name NieR. Which is interesting. Ow. So I have Dark Hand now, which I'm not really going to use. I want Dark Pulse. Level 2. I love how fast NieR levels during this segment too. It's also funny that the series is called NieR because technically NieR is the canonical main character of the series, but oh no, the buttons are all messed up. Can I swap? I can't even swap my buttons. Alright, we're gonna have to use weird buttons, so I'm gonna have to try and shoot while I attack. So NieR is the canonical name of the game, but you can name your character whatever you want. But it's definitely one of those funny things with this series where Automata exists, and like Automata is called NieR Automata, Autotomato, but it has nothing to do with like NieR was a part of the Gestalt project. The Gestalt project was what set forward everything that happened in this universe, but it's not like it's what happened in like he didn't have a direct anything to do in Automata, which is weird. Where did the androids come from? We made them. It's the short answer, CJ. So androids came about in this timeline at about this point during Project Gestalt's incarnation, because with the Queen Beast came magic. Magic became something that humans learnt how to tap into and use, as if it was something that was always in the world, but we just didn't know how to use it. But with that came a lot of technological advances, including the creation of androids, which originally I believe started out with the separation of soul and body, and manipulated into things to be able to fit in a shell, basically, which is what also led into why the Gestalt project exists as well. So they were able to separate body and soul. And that's why you have characters like Accord, and you have characters like Accord, you have characters like the Popola and Devola in this timeline, and then eventually the androids in Automata, which are self-replicating creations, basically. Now, I just want to read. I feel like I missed something. I can't drink the tap water in Okinawa without a filter, because they say, oh, that's a little scary. Sunflowers. The locals say, don't do it. I'm a listen. I watched Clem's video about the part with the program, but it was still kind of hard to understand. Which part? The Project Gestalt? I live in a country like that. It used to be boiled tap water. Yeah, I think boiled water is the way you do it. Boil your water, then put it in the fridge. I want to do something magical and address sunflowers and pretty branches. Also, hey pink guy, how you doing, man? Stuff in my hand, run through the forest with a tie, be a futuristic 80s child. That's a big lad. Hey, big lad. It's kind of explained, CJ. That's the hard thing about NieR is like, the lore is pretty expansive, so you kind of have to read between the lines in some parts. I might just Dark Lance this shithead. Ow! Forgot that he has range attacks. But yes, we're at a point because, so what's happening here is we've restarted the game. If you're only just joining in now, we've just cleared my save and we're starting over, and I've completed the game now. So all holes, no bar. I will talk about everything to do with NieR now. NieR is now free game. I will talk about everything. I will talk about crossovers, the play, the automata. I will talk about this game, the stories, the extra books. That is your fair warning. All lore, any questions you may have, I will answer. This is now a point where I will figure out what the fuck is happening in the final new playthrough and new ending. I have no idea when this is going to change. I don't know where it's going to separate. I'm very excited. And here we go. It's never explained where the androids come from. It's like Nines in the creator. Yes, Nines is... So, CJ. Alright, we're going to talk about it. Kaine and the Shades. Did you know that each of the Shades is a human? Everyone has their human equivalent. That is the point of the Shadow Lord. That is the point of Kaine's Shade. That is also the point of... oh, I'm not going to be able to get the kill. Fuck, I fucked that up. So. Everyone in this world exists. All of them were humans at some point. NieR and Kingdom Hearts is the same thing. Fuck no. Kingdom Hearts makes no sense. Kingdom Hearts is really silly. So, okay. Project Gestalt. I'll start with Project Gestalt, because otherwise this will get a little confusing. Project Gestalt is the project which was to stop the order events of the Queen Beast falling to the planet, starting a disease that tried to kill humanity. Humanity decided, with the magic they had newly gotten obtained, to create Project Gestalt. Project Gestalt was the separation of human body and soul. The bodies were meant to be... Oh wow, Yona's young voice is crazy high-pitched. She sounds like she's putting on a voice. This is, by the way, the first time hearing this in Japanese. Bodies and souls were separated. But the plan was, once the disease goes away and enough bodies cycle, they will eventually have the disease get wiped out, because either humanity survives and the disease, we just get over the disease, or humanity survives and has to live on through another form. So Project Gestalt had every being from this point in time preserved in the big tree that we discovered, servers across the world that were preserving life in data form. From there, the Project Gestalt failed. But those entities, those memories, still existed within the tree. That's the point of the tree. The other thing they did was also create androids. Androids were based on human templates. They were based on humans. So we have entities such as Kaine. Kaine was a person. Kaine was a human in this world. She lived in the same time as NieR at some point. We know this from the story that she is actually a soldier. She was also had a relation to Tyran. Tyran the murderer, who was also a soldier. We have Noir, Vice, and I forget the name of the third book. Those were all people. All of these were people. Everything that you encounter in this world was a person in this time that were living out, trying to find a way to survive the Black Scroll. And at some point, they became something else. Each of them becomes something else. Whether it be a broken gestalt, whether it becomes a android, whether it becomes a grimoire. Like, there were only 3 grimoires though. Now, that is the same with Nines. Nines is actually based on a human who actually started the Android project and the server of the moon, which was real. Humanity were preserved on the moon, and that's the point of Automata. And now, what's funny about that is that project goes wrong too. This is long after the Gestalt project fell, but Yorha is what you know it as in NieR Automata, came about because of a man that was essentially the template made by for all of the androids, known as Nines. We don't know his real name, I don't believe. But speaking of Nines, And it's one of those things that's a bit strange because we don't know if that he was necessarily a reincarnation or an android that recreated himself over time, or if he just was an android that existed at that time with a individual personality that warped everything. But he was the one who created all of the original Yorha units and the Project Yorha, and he learnt about the moon and he knew about all that stuff. Like, he was a very twisted individual by the end. And he was also obsessed with 2B, actor that was, the original template that was 2B as well. And that's why that all plays out as it does in Automata. The other thing is Kaine. Kaine is an important soul, which is insinuated she is actually the template for the android known as A2. And A2 is one of the longest lasting Yorha units. So her data on the moon must have been preserved, because we never see in this game we never see a shade that represents itself as Kaine. All we know is the Gestalt that walks the earth. At the start of NieR, you start killing shades of children who don't fight back. And the third book was some kind of woman Weiss tried to save in battle. Yes, yeah. Yeah. I hate how the staircases work in this game. I kind of like them, honestly. Alright, and we're off. A2 looks like she had been there for some time. Yes. So A2 is the she's actually in the stage play. If you ever see, during Automata's playthrough, if you don't know the storyline and you ever encounter A2 through the game and she talks about how she yes, the first stage play. I'll re-clarify the first stage play. She talks about a team that failed, that was destined to fail, and was very sad, and it broke her. And at some point during it, she learnt the truth about Yorha. That's actually the stage play. They were sent to die, and she doesn't trust Yorha from that point on. She's a rogue unit, but because of just the fact that she survived, it was determined that her particular battle unit was the best. And she became the template for all the assassin-style units. But yes, there's a lot. Yona, what are you doing out of bed? So this is funny because we've done A and B so many times. I mean, we've done A, B, C, and now D, but we've redone the second half of the game so many times, but we haven't redone the first so much. This is the first time in a long time we've touched ending A, or at the start. My brain hurts. That's a lot of info. I know, I'm sorry. It's the thing, it's very hard for me to break down a synopsis, and that's why I would suggest watching videos. Video analysis such as Clemps, I think are very good, especially when it was happening during the time frame of before Automata released and after Automata released, because it was one of those things where there was speculation and understanding and things came about, so recontextualizing, so yeah. One thing I don't know is, why is NieR's name with an R on the end? I can't actually remember. How can they come up with such elaborate stories and then jumble it around? My small brain could never. Well, oh, fuck, I don't have... Chat, I just realized something. I don't have access to, 4 anymore, so we're back at the start of the game. Why is it spelt NieR? I can't remember. I feel like this is a fact that I did know at some point, but I can't remember now. So if anyone has access to the wiki and lets me know. Because they thought it looked cool, probably. That sounds like Yoko Taro. He usually has a point to stuff, though. So, what I will say, Sunflowers, is that, I would imagine with someone such as Yoko Taro, a lot of writers for people that make big stories and big worlds and all that stuff is, like I would like to say myself, you write it over a long period of time. This is not something that it's like a series of ideas you string together and you're like, oh, I want to play with that idea, or that's a fun thing, or that's a good concept. And you put it down, you write it down, and you build upon it. And it's something that you work on over and over and over. And then when you actually sit down to write the bigger thing, it starts to come together and you realize how you want to write the story. And it's then with video games, which is why I appreciate Yoko Tara's work so much, is your approach to storytelling. How are you going to tell that story? Are you going to tell it through the lens of one character, many characters? Are you going to tell it from split dialogue, time stuff? Are you going to have it so it's just chronological order? There's a lot there, and I think that's what makes me really appreciate it. This is showing results for NieR capitalized. NieR capitalized for NieR was the design choice by the logo. Thought it was felt a little light, that's why we decided to capitalize it. Same with the Yorha logo. Oh, it's full of Yorha, that's a secret. Sometimes they're fully capitalized with the lowercase in the same track or the title. Wait, why is Yorha? I never even thought about that. Yorha is like that. I thought it was because of the fact that it stood for something and the lowercase is like an A and an O, which doesn't make much sense, I just realized. Anyway, I'm very distracted. We're trying to get through this as fast as we can. How'd you get the message from font? It's /me ghosts. Yeah, instead of changing color now, it's just italicized. I don't know why they did that. I think it's not a good idea. I like the colors, personally. Apologies if you can hear me eating. I can see snacks out of the corner of my eye, and now I want to eat them. I kind of almost feel like that's not necessarily true, CJ, like with the capitalization, but at the same time, I feel like it might be true. Hang on, where am I going? Oh no, I am going here. Chat, do you ever have those times where you just want to keep snacking? You know the snacks. You're like, I shouldn't be eating this, but I'm gonna eat the snack. I'm gonna eat all the snack. I just copied a quote from Yoko Taro. Yeah, Yoko Taro is a funny person to get quotes from though sometimes. Sometimes he just lies. he just says one thing in an interview and then says the complete opposite in another interview. I just eat the snack. I'd just eat the snack too. You home now, Yona? So she wants me to get a lunateer. Everything keeps disappearing. That's the ever-moving forward world of technology. Discord changed, and now my Firefox has changed as well. I'm just like, you know, it's there resting, and it could be just in my belly. That's super duper true. That's where I want it. I love, do you know, there's a term that I absolutely love that I feel like I don't know if I hear too many other people say, just because this might be my weird Britishisms. But Moorish. I don't hear people say Moorish very often, but I love that word. Because it's one of the best ways to describe certain things, where it's just like, I want more of it. It's Moorish. When I was growing up, I actually always thought that it meant like Mars bar. I thought it was like marzipan. It was like another way of saying marzipan. I'm like, what do you mean it's Moorish? But yeah. Some food's just like you could just inhale an entire packet of something. Alright, so the carpenters, gonna go to the bridge. I imagine the food how it is in my belly. Is it vibing? Is it mad? I think it was long past the seas by the time that you eat it. I love NieR. I want more. I want Moorish! That's a good way of describing it. I like it. It is a Moorish game. This is a very comfy game. It's probably hard to tell from the outside in. Especially with the changes they made to it, I think that it's oh fuck, I'm back to the short sword. I don't really like the short swords movement. It's a very comfy game. I was talking to a friend about it it was the first time him playing it. He knew a lot about NieR, but he hadn't played it before. And one of the things was he was talking about side stories or side quests. And he was saying like, it was fun because he would do it like, he'd do the side quests between like, oh, I just realized something we can do too. Hang on, chat. I'm gonna change over to Cruel Oath. Extra damage. And now we can one-shot the sheep. So he was talking about how it's interesting with this game where you can pretty much do a quest, do a side quest, or do a couple of side quests while you're in the area. Do a quest, do a couple of side quests. And now what's crazy about that in a sense is that it's the fact that if you miss it, there's multiple playthroughs. So you can just, if you miss something in a playthrough, you can always do it on a follow-up playthrough because you're going to be doing the game multiple times anyway. And yeah, I think I like that a bit. I think there's a degree of like reset and not quite clear as to what might happen. Chat, I'm leveling very fast. I just leveled very fast. Why am I level 3 already? I only killed like 2 mobs. I'm wondering if this is going to keep up that pace, because that's weird. I thought my cat was an ant on my phone. Oh my god. What? Wait, what cat? Maybe Secret New Game Plus? Maybe? Children are worth a lot of XP, it seems. No, those ones were full adult shades that we just killed. Children are worth a lot of XP though. That's actually not a bad way to grind. I don't XP grind in this game. There's not really any point. You're better off item grinding. Game, you're so adorable. The game decided to give you a gift. If it's giving me lots of XP, that's interesting. If you're leveling fast, I don't understand the problem. It's no problem. I wonder if it means something though. That's what I'm wondering now. I'm actually curious how this works with ending E now too. Is this... At some point if this deviates, does this mean you can't do the base game anymore? How does that work? What's going to happen now? Is there a full save clear? Like... Yona wants to go see Flower. Thank you for the water, Mavi. When the cat and shades popped up on the screen, I thought it was an ant until it disappeared. Ant with shades. Replicants are nobodies and shades are heartless. Fuck off, CJ. I know what you're talking about, but... do you know what? It's so funny. Okay, here's a good juxtapose, CJ. Kingdom Hearts versus NieR. Have you seen Spooky playing Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts fans are rabid. It's crazy. There's so many people want to watch Kingdom Hearts streams. I cannot believe it. I probably would... I can't imagine I'd play Kingdom Hearts on stream myself, but maybe I will. I don't know. But it's one of those things where it's like it's funny in comparison for a story for a universe that has such a convoluted, terrible. I honestly, personally don't think the story is very good post number 2. It's a funny thing to watch it now, and it's a funny thing to watch people play that game and be so excited about the story for Kingdom Hearts, but more niche games that have a convoluted story to some degree are sort of looked over in a weird way. Nami! Raid? Nami, did you give me is this a personal raid? Twitch won't let us raid? Oh no, really? Oh, is the bug back? Oh, that sucks. Welcome in, people from Nami's side. Hey Nami, how you doing? That's weird. That happened a while, like, was it a few weeks ago when I was raiding, someone? What's happening? I put the link, but I know he's coming. Yeah, it's a bit of a hard thing to do, Nami. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the effort. Thank you. What? What? What just happened? This is the second time it happened to me? Might be in the timing thing? I'm not sure. Why did we go to a white screen? It like as if I teleported? Kingdom Hearts is nice, but Disney Mix throws off me. I take it seriously or stay engaged. I kind of agree. I think it's a hard thing to swallow now. You just got matrixed? Something wasn't... I don't remember that. That feels new. Why did I white out there? The dialogue didn't look different when I was clicking. I try not to be a rabid Kingdom Hearts fan, but I do love the series. There's nothing wrong with liking the series. A good example is I actually really like watching... if you watch Best Guy Ever, he actually does a really good breakdown of like Kingdom Hearts, and I like watching his channel, and I think you can be cool about it. And it would be like, accept the fact that the series is kind of a bit bonky and silly, but some people get super duper in there. There's a degree of edginess that series has that kind of brings out certain personalities, I think, unfortunately. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could ever get that hard into Kingdom Hearts. Like, I think it's interesting. I think it's got a lot of silly, but... The only exposure I got to Kingdom Hearts was the chick in grade... CJ, I read that message as something completely different for a second there. I thought you were being really crude. Below, talking to me about this, about all the shipping pairs that she wanted. Yeah, see, that's the thing, CJ. That's kind of what it feels like. That group rings. I think Clems's videos are letting me understand what people like about it. Oh, was he? Hang on, did he do Kingdom Hearts videos? He probably did, but I don't remember. But yeah, how was your stream, Nami? Sorry, I didn't get to ask you. Also, I'm going to shout out Nami, even though the raid wasn't successful. Guys, please go check out Nami. She's a wonderful streamer who does a lot of Monster Hunter and other action games. Very funny. She apparently is doing just chatting. I don't think I've ever seen you do a just chatting stream. Final Fantasy meets Disney? Yeah. I missed the Final Fantasy part of it, because as a big FF fan, that's probably what brought me into Kingdom Hearts. I like Disney, but I don't think I ever want to do a serious story with Disney, so it was like Kingdom Hearts sort of did it. Monster Hunter? Yeah. Me and Nami are both Monster Hunter streamers, so tomorrow I'll be doing Mon Hun. Nami, though, probably does a little bit more than me these days. But it seems like Disney and Final Fantasy parts are kind of irrelevant and pointless. It kind of is. That's the problem, CJ. It becomes like that. The series becomes more and more in that. And that's why I don't really like the writing styles of... I've forgotten his name. I got Murata in my head. That's not right. The guy who took over on Final Fantasy. I love Rise. World made you angry, but you love the series. Really? Yoshi, you have to explain to me why World made you angry. Hunster Monster. Monster. Monster Hunter? Munter Hunter. Ignore what I just said. So, by the way, chat, so there was a point there that I actually had to just... I had to erase my save and replay just to get to a point so I could do all the side quest stuff, which all my efforts have been undone in a sense now because we're doing this, but that is okay. This is totally fine. Because erasing it all is a part of progress. I only watch Monster Hunter for the cats and other animals, that's all. I love Monster Hunter. It's just the easy, like, action games are just my jam, so it's just, whenever I get the chance to play an action game that's just action RPGs that, like, allow me to just chill and just play, I'm always just super happy. Especially if it gives me, like, really fun, like, it's not just button mashing, like, playing, like, Gears of War, like old Gears of War sort of thing. Like all shipping pairs with Rock Boy and some member organization 13. Rock Boy? I never liked Mickey Mouse and Sephiroth, so what's even the point? Yeah. Again, I do honestly feel like that game is not for everyone. Or that series. By the time Iceborne came around, I was like, really? Do you not like the clutch claw, or was it like other stuff? I have a big issue with the clutch claw. I think that that game is a little funny in ways. Like Iceborne is Iceborne. Like it's, I mean, World is World. Like it's a different beast for the new era, and it will be that from that moving on. And I kind of have an issue with Rise because it has some of those same issues, but the clutch claw, yeah. The clutch claw kind of destroyed Endgame, I'm not gonna lie. If you want to go back to old VODs of me playing World, you'll hear me rant about that thing a lot. There is a lot of issue with the clutch claw. I think that there's a similar issue that can come about if they're not careful with Rise, just with how meta is. But, oh my god. Necromancer Meowgician. Oh my god, I can't read today. Thank you for the follow. I love the name. Cats unite. Ow, that hurt. I'm also not leveling as fast as I... So that leveling thing must have just been for the first few mobs. Alright. Cats unite. Yeah. Especially Gears 5, so many toxic people from that game. The more I see it, the more it ticks me off. Some Gears games are like, I haven't played them myself, but I just like the lead voice actor is John DiMaggio. That just makes me happy. He's a cool dude. Have I missed the sword, by the way? I'm probably not going to need it, because I'm not going to... I doubt that I'm going to need the 100% weapon route. So I'm unsure, but I'm just going to keep pushing forward. If I do need to go back, I will. But... I'm just waiting for where it changes. I have no idea where this changes, by the way. I can be your mother, haha. Mickey Mouse the Sephiroth in the bedroom. CJ. CJ's been looking at all the extra art that comes with Kingdom Hearts. Deranged fanfic potential of Kingdom Hearts is wasted on horny girls that want to see pretty yaoi boys. I mean, the thing is, CJ, that happens for everything. Though it is crazy to me just how big yaoi is in Japan. Like, I mean, the thing is that's not necessarily true. That's now, like, in the West you see it a lot. It's anything that gets like a fan fiction or a fan base for something that's sort of non-standard pop culture, I feel like. I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but you're not also right either. Yeah. I think it's harsh to tarnish the brush with saying that everyone in the community is like that. Unfortunately, it's a lot of the time the vocal ones. What I will say is that there is if you look at, say, Undertale, I think Undertale is like... I think Undertale is a good example of a community that became too big for itself for something that tries to express certain things. It allows younger people to express themselves in an interesting way, I think, like that, and people that want a little bit more depth on some things. But I do think that also can be a little obnoxious and can bring out the wrong thing in some people. Have I missed the weapon? I think I've missed the weapon. I can't actually remember where it is now, but that's okay. Remember yaoi paddles? Oh my god, CJ. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about, like, going to conventions 10 years ago. Shit was not cool. It was a little weird, little raw. When you mentioned yaoi boys, I thought that yaoi anime with the boys was... Oh my god, yeah, with the big, small heads, big bodies, wide mouths. It's funny you say that, because as soon as you describe that, it makes me think of that artist, Satoshi? No, not Satoshi. He has like a Twitter account. He just always draws like big body, tiny head versions of things. All right, let's free Vice. I thought Undertale was alright, but then I got scared to get deep into it because I met the negative fandom. It was like the game and music characters. So, Sunflowers. You can do surface level and it's okay. I think Undertale is fantastic. I think Toby Fox is a fucking wonderful composer, great story writer, very good character writer, but the fan base is pretty toxic. So if you look at it from a more outside-in perspective, it's not so bad. I'm very excited for Deltarune when it does come about. I would like to see how he merges the two universes and what he actually has planned for a whole heap of those characters. But at the end of the day, that man came from a pretty... He came from other toxic fan bases, like Earthbound and... what is that other one? The webcomic. He did music for that. Homestuck. Thank you, Red Rover. Yeah, so it's like... It's one of those things where, you can enjoy those things, but you just have to, like... You just have to be aware that, like... It's the type of thing... It's... Okay, it's really sad to say. It's one of those things where you end up being a bit, I guess... You don't talk to people necessarily about the fact that you are into that thing, because some fan bases, it's like you don't want them to know that you're a player of it. I think WoW ironically became one of those for me, where it was like I didn't want people to know I played WoW because people would get super into like telling me about it and wanting to be like, oh, play with me, come be my friend, I want to be on your server and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, no, I'm cool, I'm good. Especially as a person that did extremely endgame content, like being like a top tier raider and stuff. It was one of those things where I generally didn't want to like get people to aware of certain how far I was into that game, I guess. I tried reading Homestuck in high school because I heard about it in middle school, and yet I didn't find life in it. Yeah, I didn't like Homestuck at all. It didn't gel with me at all. I think it's just not my type of story. I feel like Asgore would be an adorable muscle cow. I'm just saying. See, that's where they get you, Sunflowers. You've now just entered the realm of why the fan base exists. It's as soon as the horny degree turns up, then that's where you go. It's where it goes. It's the slippery slope. I actually need to change Dark Blast to here. Please stop moving things. Wait, I want Dark Blast though. I like it on L because I can move and thingy at the same time a bit easier. I don't really like it on the right hand side because how I hold the controller. The worst bad side of a worst bad side of a fandom exists is the Sonic one. Drags on cigarette. I've seen Sonic things you wouldn't believe. Okay, you want to talk about crazy shit. So, have you watched... CJ, I'm guessing you must have watched Super Eye Patch Wolf's video on Sonic as well, at least? I'll put it this way. I was deep in the Sonic hole. I was there during the wars of the Sonic forums back in the day. I was a big Sonic fan as a young teenager. And that fandom, I saw that up close. Pretty fucking up close. I've watched reviews of Sonic Dreams collections. I've played Sonic Dreams collections. All these images are burned in my mind, never to be lost like tears in rain until I die. I appreciate the Blade Runner reference. I'm upset you didn't masterfully read my Blade Runner reference. I appreciated it though. The problem is it's hard for me to read long pieces of dialogue while streaming. Alright. Alright, we forced the shifter early. Another shift. I don't think that was meant to happen there, but that's okay. I got a Blade Runner book, but what the fuck is a Blade Runner? You have to watch Blade Runner, Sunflowers. It's maybe one of the greatest movies ever made. I love Blade Runner. I think 2049 might exceed it. It's so good. I love it so much. I think it might be one of my favorite, it might be my favorite movie ever. They're that good. Dark Lance. the right button. Right, we're on boss, so I should probably be using... Why have you swapped? Blade Runner is a special cop who hunts down replicants. Man, how have I not made a Blade Runner reference during fucking Replicant? But yes, Blade Runner is a cop who hunts down androids, basically. Sentient androids is a better way to phrase it. 2049 is a movie I seriously asked why this is being made. No, really, CJ? You do know that there's like extended stuff with that universe too. Like the writers of Blade Runner, the director, he wanted more. Like that universe is so beloved, and it really was fantastic. Like that they went through with it because it had everyone. People were really concerned. I don't know why people were concerned because I was looking at like as soon as I heard about it, I'm like, oh, and then I looked at who was actually involved, and I'm like, oh, it's everyone. They're all back. This is what I want. And then they went even further. The cast they got was fantastic. Even though Harrison Ford's still kind of a weird actor to have these days. But... please stop. I should keep my eye on my health. I'm kind of just trying to, trying to do this without healing. Just because I can. Because healing means I have to go to menus. Alright, we do have to heal that. That's a heal. That's a paddling. Oh, what? I thought it was just sitting on one health for a bit there. There we go. Blade Runner 2049 was the best cinematic experience I've had in the past decade. It's so good. I'll post the work in progress of my drawings, oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I can't wait to see Sunflowers. When I get passionate, my eyes get bigger just slightly. Eventually, my other model, hopefully that'll be a bit more expressive. Blade Runner 29 is far better than the original. I think I completely agree, CJ. It's a weird thing to say, but I do kind of honestly believe that 2049 is a perfect film. There's very few films that I've ever watched and I'm like, this is so good. This is absolutely exactly what I wanted. You don't need the original context of the original series too much. It's just an enjoyable movie on its own. Should I read the book first? The book is it's the same story, Sunflowers. I think it's an adaptation of the movie. I don't think the book came first, unless you'd like, because Blade Runner is based on a series of short stories that are based on cyberpunk. It's like an adaptation of the ideas of a lot of that stuff, but it's its own thing. That said, the original movie has Roy Batty in it, and he's great. The cast in the original movie is really good. It's just a really enjoyable movie, the original. I think it stands up. It's kind of got it's an interesting vibe movie, is what I'll say about it. It's a movie that's like, if you're into artsy sort of movies, you'll probably enjoy it a bit more. Wow, Yona sounds so more sick in the Japanese version. I really don't like how high-pitched her voice is, though. Because it sounds like an adult putting on a kid's voice a bit more. It always looks similar to The Matrix in some ways, and that's why I brought it. Well, The Matrix is inspired by... Like, if you ever want to look at cyberpunk in the modern era, cyberpunk is mostly based around a few individual pieces of media that came about, and Blade Runner is one of the strongest. It is like the godfather for a lot of series. Like, even if you look at fucking... I'm literally playing a game that... Not this game. Automata is very much inspired by a lot of Blade Runner concepts. And to some degree, I think that might be why Yoko Taro enjoys, like, they're called Replicant and Gestalts in this game, maybe. Like, who knows? But he's definitely inspired by, cyberpunk-related stuff. Blade Runner also has an amazing 1990s adventure game on PC. Yeah, that's actually really good. Did they, CJ, do you know if they fixed the PC port? Because, like, the modern, I think it was the remaster or whatever? Apparently that was a bit of a shit show when that came out. The Matrix is the child of Blade Runner. Yeah, pretty much. Cyberpunk is very inspired by, Cyberpunk is very inspired overall in the modern sense, by Blade Runner. Like, Cyberpunk 2049, like, called 2049, like, there's like, it's one of those things, like, you can't ignore, because that series, Cyberpunk, is a D&D series, which takes elements from the movie and turns them into classes and stuff. I'm fairly sure that it went in that order, unless it's the other way around, but I don't think I think GOG is good now, but I don't know. Oh, okay. Interesting you didn't study blade running in school, but you're not in the West, that makes sense. We didn't study it. Did you have some sort of study at school for it, CJ? That's crazy. I wish I did. We got terrible movies to study for school. We got Gattaca, which I'm not a big fan of, which is an interesting movie. It's okay. It's really fucking boring though. And there was another cyberpunk movie we watched with an interesting premise, but they were both kind of boring in my opinion, and one I think is really bad. I can't remember. There was another one we watched, but I've blanked it out of my memory. Alright, going to the area. It is interesting, I missed Cyberpunk, I wanted to see more of the game. I think there's people who've got like pretty good playthroughs now up. Some people's PC can handle and some people got lucky. I studied it in year 11 English. Crazy, that's pretty cool. Wish we had that. Though that's a weird one to study in English. I think I feel like there might be better classes, unless it's like not an English one. So we now have access to all the side quests. All the side quests are back. I've reset everything. I'm probably not gonna like... Oh, actually, kind of wish I hadn't done that because now I've picked up this quest, which I don't really want to do. Imagine learning those in schools as very Christians. Oh, in southern schools. Okay, I misread that. Never read movies besides classics. Oh, I forgot to get the boar. I should have picked up the boar quest. I should have went and got the boar. It's okay. Man, listen to young NieR's voice. This is really weird. I get super duper young shonen vibes from this lad. I hated most books in school that made me read. Don't you touch me. If you ever go to a religious private school, Florida was a normal and Oklahoma was a crappy small town where it wasn't religious, but the people were, and it reflected through the business. Yeah, see, that's the funny thing. We've got lots of private schools here, but I don't think I ever really encountered anyone coming from very religious private schools. They probably were, but I don't know. I never really talked about those experiences, as far as I know. Except for Frankenstein and Catcher in the Rye. Yeah, I've never been a real super duper classics person like that. I feel like I appreciate them from afar and I understand what they like. There's a lot of contextual stuff that's like important, but it's like I I think there's... I've just never made time for anything like that. I love literature and I love literature and I love a lot of the, like, good writing, but then there's just certain writing styles that just... I don't know. I've never really gotten into. I feel like at this rate, chat, because I'm not 100% sure where the change happens, but I think the... Oh, the NieR's young voice is Bakugo? Oh. Yeah, I can totally hear that then. He's done a few things, I think. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me, tiny boy. I can't roll, and if I get hit, the package will break. This is what happened last time. He's the eyes guy from part 5. Wow, that's weird. Don't touch me. No! Fudge. I really shouldn't do this quest while doing this part. So what happened there is the package just broke, so I can't do that side quest. So there is an egg thing there, maybe. So let's go get the egg thing. Egg thing is important. That's just clay. You've entered completely sleeplessness. Not even the 8 of sleep videos watch help. Oh no. My suggestion is as weird as this sounds, it's sort of backwards, it's chicken and egg, is try to go to sleep at like a normal time. Don't be anywhere near your bed unless you're going to sleep. And the other thing is do a bit of exercise, eat and drink well. It's just like all the good, just good living helps a lot. And then the magic one, let's just do a bit of meditation. All that stuff helps. I kept calling Bakugan, Bakugo Bakutan like the show. Wait, what am I doing? I don't actually know what I'm doing now. Are we going to the center of town? It might be going to the center of town. Or are we going to Jack? I don't actually know where I'm going. What is sleep? What is man? But a filthy pile of secrets? With a food coma? I don't know if that's how that works, CJ. I always in my room, I'm always live in my room, so I'm in my bed, but I'm trying to go more and have hobbies. Yeah, I think it's, well, I generally prefer to have a study, because I used to live, like, so here's the thing. For me, back when I had my computer in my room, I'd always be facing away from my bed, so I can't see my bed. So if I wasn't at my computer, I was in my bed, sort of thing. Also, I've completely lost track as to where we're going. Hang on. Hold on, chat. Wrong button. No map. Good, I have no map. We're going that way. I guess we're going to see Kaine, I think we're up to. What was I saying? Yeah, so me facing away from my bed probably separated that part of my brain, but it's one of those things that you don't go being in your bed or lying in your bed. Things like that. The JP voice actor for Weiss is Guile. Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. He's also, I think the weirdest part is, like, hearing that voice is, I can't unhear it, but, it's Hisado from Bleach. I like drawing and playing video games, working out, or playing on the computer or something. Yeah, I think you just gotta figure out your space, like how you use your spaces effectively. He's Yuri from Megalobox? Oh, really? I wish I had a desk or study room, but surrounded by boxes because my family owns too much. I actually got an attack word, so we should probably equip that now. I like in this version of the game you actually... Whoa! 2B. It's 2B, everyone. Give me a sec, I need to equip words. Cruel Oath. we go. We go. 2B or not 2B? To sleep or not to dream? Come here, you. This one's very runny. Sometimes you have AI in a video game where just like, they just do what they want. Memorizing those lines was only fun because of my teacher being so cool. Hang on, whoa. What? Oh, never mind. Azan and Berserk? I don't... Who's Azan? I wish I had a desk or study room, but I was surrounded by boxes. Yeah. I think it's that thing of like clutter is really bad too. Clutter is a good way to mess yourself up just in a mental way. Not in terms of like when I say that I don't mean like as in like it's gonna make it so you can't sleep. It's just overall your mental health. Like it's not good to be surrounded by clutter. Come here, you. Where you going, buddy? Jack, come back! Wait, this isn't Jack, this is Hook. Hook, come back. Hook, come back. Man, this is so strange to play this in Japanese. I'm still not quite used to it. I try to go on a bike ride every day. That's really good. That's what I used to spend a lot of my time doing. I used to do a lot of bike riding. It kind of bums me out I don't have a bike anymore. The kaine bleeps in Japanese. Very funny. Come here, you. My family wasn't good influence on my mental health anyway, so I'm not surprised surrounding... Yeah. I think it's one of those things where you just start to have to separate yourself and find what's good for you and not rely on necessarily how things are. It's interesting that Weiss and Pod 042 are the same. They have similar... So the thing is, CJ, he originally wasn't. That's a change for this game. That Pod voice actor didn't do the original Vice. It changed. Well, beep? The game, yeah. Kaine very sweary. And I don't know if that means something in this game, CJ, as well. Because the pods, just by the way, you know how I mentioned that everything is someone in this game? Everyone is based on a human that existed? Pods, as far as we know, are not. They are created. They were created by the androids, so it suggested that they might be pure creations. They might be the most closest to raw sentience that we've seen in the series. Because even the machine life forms have a degree of like connection to humanity. I love doing exercise when I get out of bed before bed. I should probably do that. I should probably do a before, like getting out of bed, but I'm not really that type of person. I want to game or wait and change my mindset a bit. There's a bit of a 2B butt for you guys, chat, just for you, chat. Oh, the camera zooms out when you do that. There's Dark Hand. So, okay, I still am unsure where it changes. We're doing this at a really brisk pace, too. I wonder whether it's the mermaid. If it's the mermaid that we have to get up to, that's quite a lot of content I still have to do. I don't work out during the day, that's just me. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta find what works for you, Oreo. I agree. Talk to Popolo or Devola, check on NieR. Where to talk to Popolo? It doesn't really matter. Chat, if I kill the boar and get the tusk, can I do that before I pick up the quest, or I need to pick up a quest? I can't remember. I need to work out, to be honest. I'm tired of my dad calling me skinny fat, like I'm not weak, he's not fit himself. The thing is, it's like, you don't need to like get muscly. You don't need, it's just as long as you have good cardio. Like, good cardio and you're not like classified as overweight. That, I think that's it. And that you don't have, like, maintenance on your body isn't too heavy if you've just like eat fairly well. You're not eating like a junky person. And if you're not, like, as long as you're having a bit of, like, you're exercising like daily, just something. It doesn't even have to be intense. Like, you go for a walk or something like that. A workout buddy at the gym would be nice though. Yeah, I think that makes things a lot easier sometimes. I think I'm the type of person, I like doing stuff by myself. I'm actually a soloist when it comes to a lot of that. But I think it can be way more enjoyable. You turn it into a social activity. I think you need the quest. Yeah, alright, I'll grab the quest then. I'm not even overweight. I'm healthier than both my parents, and yet oh god, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a term for that. Sunflowers, the oh, there's a quest. Give me the quest. Quest. I don't know if there's any point in me picking these up because I don't know how this ending works. I don't know how this playthrough is going to go at all. Wait, do I have enough for that? I just noticed that she'll talk to me again. I might have enough. There we go. Don't have to focus on much, just focus on what you can at sometimes. Never compare yourself to others. Yeah, 100%. I think it's just, I think that's one of the biggest things in life is just finding some way, finding you're comfortable. Like, get yourself to a point where you're happy, calm, enjoying life, healthy, like all these things. Like, it's just finding that routine that's a responsible one in a weird way. Oh, I don't like seeing quests everywhere. Poor man. Deadly Mage, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Welcome on in. Alright. All the quests are back. All the quests are back. I don't want all the quests back. It is cool to hear all the Japanese voices around though for the quests. If I wasn't briskly passing through this to get to the final ending, then whoopsies. I probably wouldn't do that. I would listen to all of their dialogue properly. I want to get back to being able to bicep curl 10k dumbbells again. Shit, CJ. See, I've never had like a muscly build. Like I used to do a lot of like cardio, like things related to like gymnastics and stuff like that. That was my sort of headspace, and I did a lot of that. But after high school, that kind of just melted away as I started focusing on other stuff, and then just became a very computer boy. I became computer boy. I was all computer, half boy. Less than boy, more computer. I want to be I can't compare myself. Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely one of those things where if it hits your mental space, it can just be like, oh, you're always thinking about it and things like that. Your body type is the husband Ed and Al teacher FMA? Wait, what? CJ, how tall are you? Sig Curtis? He's fucking huge! Dude, how tall are you? Him and Armstrong are like massive! Only 6'2". Wait, you're 6'2". That means you're taller than me. I didn't realize you were taller than me. Yeah, what are we doing? I don't actually know what we're doing for quest-wise. Are we going to the... What are we doing? I assume I'm going this way. Only. Yeah, I feel like I hadn't realized your height from just seeing you on stream and stuff like that. But like strong fat. Yeah, I've actually got like some friends that are kind of like that. It's deceptive. I think that's something that I've noticed a lot about like taller dudes. There's a lot of taller dudes that's just naturally, they just seem to be a bit musclier. I don't know if it's just a weird maintenance cost on your body because you are bigger, but it's like, there's a lot of them that I know that are like, just because they're taller, they seem to be very, very naturally muscly lads. They build muscle easier too. Well, I'm getting a lot of items very quickly. Hopefully we can get, item find, level 2? Soon? I used to think I was tall, but I came to Melbourne, people here are fucking tall. Yeah, I mean, if you were living out, like, in, Papua New Guinea and stuff like that, I would imagine. But you lived in New Zealand, too. I feel like people wouldn't be that tall. Not as... It would be about the same height as here, right? Most people in, that I know... I have a lot of friends that are about my height, which is about 6 foot. And then I have, most of my friends are actually taller than me. Most of my friends are about, like... 6'1", 6'2", and then I have a few friends that are about, like, 5'8" or so. I feel like being short would be more fun. Why? Sunflower, do you want to be picked up? Sunflowers confirms would like to be picked up. I like being tall, personally. I'm not the tallest, but I'm like, I would say it's that thing of like, I've talked about this before, where it's really weird, and I don't know if it's relative to your location, but I think the average height for a male is 6 foot. And I've always had that in my head, that that's the average height, is 6 foot. But it's like, strange, because like, I know, I think I looked this up in the past, and it's not, it's actually meant to be, a bit shorter than that. Pick me up, please, I'm 5'10" and want to be carried. See? Everyone wants to be just bundled up. Just put it in a little knapsack. You know what? Everyone wants to be Scott Pilgrim in Ramona Flowers' bag. That's the truth of it all. Even the strongest big muscly man you see, every now and then, they just want to be picked up and cradled. Oh shit, okay, I don't know why my combo didn't come out. Alright, so what are we doing? Are we going down? I think we're going down. The world is built for short people. I hit my head on so much shit. Okay, so we're not going this way. I don't know what I'm doing. This is the hard part about speed doing this and, like, not fully paying attention to what's happening. Alright. In the factory again. We'll never escape this place. The place that I'm here. If you play this game, if you play Replicant or Gestalt, you will spend a fuckload of time in this place. Especially if you go for the 100%. Like, completing all the weapons just it takes forever. Alright, so it's not that way. I should have known better. Hello, I'm here now. I'm here. I'm queer. We don't want any more bears. Sometimes I worry about quotes I say that it's like, take it out of context. Also, people not knowing the reference I'm referring to. Points if you do know that one. It's something that like, it's weird because it's like, ah, man. Like, oh no. It's weird because like, it's something that I reference a lot, but I feel like it's less and less these days I'm seeing people like understand where those references are from. Internet dropped. What were you saying about man and height? I was just saying the average height is supposedly, like, I thought it was 6 foot, but I think I read that it's actually not. I think it's in Australia the average height's 6 foot, but the global is like something like 5'8", 5'9" or something, which to me seems way too short. So someone stole my sister's backpack with a house key? Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Shit. Well, the thing is, did it have any ID on it, Sunflowers? I think it's one of those things where as soon as that happens, though, unfortunately, it does mean that you probably need to change your house locks. Asian people are generally shorter. Yeah. The thing is, people made such a big deal about that, and I remember when I went to Japan, I sort of prepped myself for it, and it was like, they weren't as short as people made them out to be, in the sense, like, people were like, oh yeah, they're like 4 foot, they're these tiny people, and it's like, no, the people aren't that short. I mean, if you're talking about older generation, sure, maybe, but they're not that short. Has an ID. Oh shit. You can't. Oh no. Oh, Sunflowers. Oh no, that's no good. I don't know. I actually don't know what you do in that scenario. I think it's one of those things. It's like having to talk to the landlord. Interesting. Homo sapiens were all tall 6 foot when we were only hunter gatherers. As we moved to farming, we shrunk. No way. That's bonkers. I've always wondered whether or not like height was relative to health of life or quality of life and stuff like that. Because like, I mean, we do have a natural tendencies for natural selection, and just in terms of breeding and stuff like that, is taller people do end up being more like adhered to. Like you hear about the like the Napoleon complex and stuff like that, where it's like these weird associations we have with short people. And I'm actually a little lost. Where are we? Which is the way I came from. Have I done this room? I don't even know what room I've done now. But yeah, like, so it's like there is like a natural selection around that stuff, where it's like if you're a taller person, more likely to get dates. Automatically your genus is going to continue. I grew tall eating nothing but meat and potatoes. I mean, the thing is, it's quality of life, CJ. It's not just the fact of what you eat. It's also like whether or not you were healthy growing up, whether or not you had like you had good mental health growing up. Like it's if you were taught how to be safe and stuff, so you weren't just getting yourself killed and stuff. Ironically, Napoleon of being above average. Yes, that's true. Also, CJ, there's a weird factual about a lot of that stuff. But yeah. I wanted to be short because the Japanese style here is so cute, and none look at them and like, oh. Yeah, I think that's a. You've got the weird double-edged sword, because I love the cute culture in Japan, but like, then it's that thing of like, if you, it's a funny thing, funny old thing, because it's like you got in the West, if you're a cutesy person and you're not considered like conventionally beautiful, then it's like it's very harsh. But then you have like in Japan and some places, it's like if you're not conventionally cute or whatever, then it's like you're not like deemed beautiful either. It's really dumb. I'm gonna go this way, not necessarily because I needed to, but I want the dented boards here. Ow! Alright, that was my bad. I need out. I need out. I'm obviously not as strong as I have been in the past, so gotta be careful. Alright, there we go. They're annoying cute, and pretty, and I love the culture since it's mostly I grew up as a kid, but it's annoying the fuck out of me. Yeah. No, I think it's a hard thing. Sunflowers. I think there's a little bit more these days where it's also the fact that the more global you become, like you can, if you're looking, a funny thing to say, but if you are looking for a form of, what's the term I'm looking for? How do I word this? If you're looking for, I guess, people to appreciate like who you are visually sometimes, because there's a degree of there's someone for everyone in a sense. Like people, like if you put in the effort to look nice and you find the style that you think matches yourself and you enjoy, like, and you put yourself out there on the internet, not necessarily like in person, because if it's just within a regional might be just a particular set, and you're really like, you're playing with chance if you're trying to find that. But if you put yourself out there on a bigger, wider scale, it can be definitely one of those things where you can find someone who appreciates you. Not saying that you have to do that. When I was in China, I wore out the sole of my shoes, and I couldn't get a new pair until I Hong Kong late because my feet were too large. God. It's a limbo of claiming 2 homes but being homeless I didn't enjoy. Sunflowers, like I said, I think it's one of those things, if you can figure out your style, your you can find communities who appreciate for you, rather than like adhering to whatever like certain social norms there are. Alright, we got the elevation activated code. I can try and strengthen up my sword. I don't have enough. I need goat hide, crystal lump, and a rusted clump, so that's going to take me a while. I don't post any pictures of myself online. People can be really mean. Yeah, that's true too. I think it's one of those things, just you, like I was talking about before, it's the same as like the eating healthy and finding comfortable. It's finding a way to be comfortable in your own shoes. What is a third culture kid? They're thick. That's what I read that as, CJ. You've just written thick. So, third culture kids, you're thick. No, I don't mean that. The most common definition of TCK is an individual who, having spent a significant amount of time developing in other countries other than the parent's culture, and develops a sense of relationship to all cultures while not having ownership of any. Thick. With 5 C's and a Y. Today's NieR's birthday, but he's not here, so I had a party by myself. And Yona's dialogue gets me all the time. Thicky! It's not what I meant, but I like that. Thicky. And you can just go bonkers in this game sometimes. You said 5 C's and a Y? I meant instead of the I. But that makes sense, yeah. That is closer to what I said before. Oh, hello. Oh, you sons of guns. I need to get over them so I can do this. See ya, lads. We're still isolated despite this. Well, the thing is, it's crazier. Well, I'll tell you what's crazy, CJ, with that stuff is like, there's a degree of like, your adaptability is definitely one thing, but it's like, as the world progresses, the more normal that will become. I think, as much as xenophobes have an issue with, we will approach a point where like multiculturalism will be the predominant of a thing, and it's more regional. It'll be less like where you're actually from per se. It'll be just like, maybe it'll be more regional, like where it's like, oh, we're from Australia, but Australia is like all these nations in a melting pot that's been like this for X amount. And it might not that probably won't happen for a very, very, very long time, but like humanity will trend to that. That's just how we are. We can't avoid it. You have to get going. You're gonna play more Monster Hunter because I need to grind. Have a good day and rest the stream. Thank you, Yoshi. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your night too. Wait, is that a bear emote? I just saw a Bulbasaur. Hang on. I need to hover over that. It looks like one of Bear's ones. The oak. I'm annoyingly tall and I have saddest looking face. Oh, I'm sure it's wonderful, sunflowers. I think it's funny because so I actually I know there's a thing that I didn't realize until I was a lot older. There's actually, so some people have talked about where it's like they just have sad looking faces. There's a issue that I know that exists where some people have like they don't smile, like it's just a thing they can't do. It's their brain chemistry doesn't wire that. They may be happy, they may be fine, but they're like they're just the way their brain is wired does not make them smile for whatever reason, and that's okay. Like, that's the thing. I think it's hard because a lot of people probably wouldn't be aware of it, but it's like, it's tough because like it's just something that people will just notice and pick up, and I don't know. I think people going through life where they have those things, like I make myself stand out just because I've got long hair. I've always had long hair. I used to have a very feminine face. Like I'm a very slight guy. And so I used to get shit all the time about it, but it was like, it never super bothered me. I have a pretty thick skin, but it's like, it's one of those things that doesn't take much for people to pick out and have an issue with you and stuff. And it's like, that's a bit sad. But as I said, as things trend to more like multiculturalism and what is normal, and normal adapts and changes and things like that, I think like, we will see changes and things that over time and stuff. Also, how come I'm not leveling? I've just noticed we've been fighting for a while and I haven't seen a new level. So I was trying to get the free heals out of leveling. When I blend in, whoa! Wasn't paying attention. Alright, hang on, we need to check this across. Well, that went bad in 2 different ways. I blend in by not going out. Oh, sunflowers. But you're a sunflower, you need to be outside. Oh, I thought I didn't make that. Leveling fast, finally. Confused by I'm not leveling. I thought I would be leveling faster. I'm not. I know I'm skipping mobs and doing this very quickly, but it's fine. If I dress in Japanese clothing, I get odd looks because it isn't meant for... Yeah, I think sunflowers, I think that's a really tough thing. Because there's a big thing about, especially dark skin, in Japan. Shit. There was a documentary I watched a very long time ago that's sort of about that, because it's like the idea of like, dark-skinned children being born over in Japan, and then it's that thing of like, that's just them. They've got friends, all that sort of stuff, but it won't stop the looks. There's a guy I follow, Wooly. He's an American streamer, and from a Super Best Friends cast, and he's talked about like when he was over there, it just like the amount of, because he's used to a bit of that, like just unfortunately natural racism that comes with certain areas of the world and stuff like that. And it's that sad thing where it's like, when he was over there, it was just one of those things where it's like just being stared at. That was just kind of normal, unfortunately. And I know a lot of people talk about like going to China is a nightmare for certain races, just because like there is just so much about that can be really toxic and bad. But anyway, I feel like I should move off from this topic because it's a bit heavy. I definitely didn't blend in PNG as a white boy. To this day, I don't feel like I'm being stared at by everyone in public, even though I know it's not the case anymore. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. It's a tough thing. Like, it's like, I think something to take into consideration. There's a lot of things. At a lot of time, there's a degree of that stuff going on where it's people aren't meaning offense by it. It's just their natural instinct because it's something different. They're not necessarily aggressive or dislike you and things like that. It's just the fact that it's different. Like, you'll notice sometimes like something that just stands out, and it's like, it's hard because you don't want to be that, but it's just that's just a thing. That's how it is with whatever circumstances you are, wherever you are. And I think it's just being aware of like when it's times where they are being a problem, or they are being racist, or whatever it might be. Xenophobia, yeah. Hey, big Kahuna Banana. Yeah, what an interesting topic to come in on. It's not where I thought we'd be going today, but it's kind of how stream goes sometimes. Just lock on everything. I like this bit because it's just good for grinding. That one Chinese kid next to me at the lights at one time was amazed by my beard. I always remember him. Always remember you, small boy. And that's the thing. Like, I think that's where children are fantastic. And I think children it's an amazing idea to look at the lens through their eyes, because they're not, a lot of the time is not being taught about the idea of, like, it's, they can be taught that it's wrong, but naturally they don't see that. They just see, sometimes they don't even recognize difference. Like, they'll just like, oh yeah, that's just them. That's just them. That's it. That's all there is to it. I should always put so much detail, but I always want to look nice way and looking wonky. Oh, sunflowers, you'll figure it out. Sometimes it's hard to figure out yourself. The drawing comes about, and it will be wonderful, sunflowers. I assure you of that. Oh no, I don't need to do that. Don't do that. Yeah, that was really bad. Wasn't really paying attention for bomb times. Eat bomb. Real talks are more interesting. That is definitely true. I kind of agree with that. It is though difficult, because then it's that thing of like, I don't want to make an uncomfortable space for people talking about certain things. There's some topics where it's like, tread carefully. I generally try to, but I definitely want to make it so that... Ah, Bob! Oh, I missed! Alright, well, I'm gonna wait for this guy to go that way, so I'll just do this. Bomb. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like, if people wanted to open up and talk about stuff like that, it'd make them feel comfortable. But it's definitely, it's not my first protocol to talk about things like that, just because I'm not an expert. I'd much prefer to be able to be, say, everything is happy and well and good and stuff like that, but the truth of the matter is it's not always like that. Real talks are sad and just remind me of why is there, oh, sunflowers. That's not true. There's no reason never not to be joyous. I think it's just, as I approach dead bodies of children being left behind. So, like, I think it's just one of those things where it's like, it's hard. I think it's definitely one of those, there's an acceptance that needs to happen, unfortunately, to move on. But that's the type of thing that I think that would be bigger of a point of topic, and would be my expression of talk to a psychologist or a psychiatrist if you are feeling like you're very trapped. F in chat for kiddos. Ah, poor Gideon, and she's in heaven now. Gideon and I actually forgotten the older brother's name. This boy though, Jacob. Jacob is one of the MVPs of this game. He is an amazing guy, and it's too bad he had to shoulder so much. As the elder brother, I totally understand Jacob. What's a Palico's favorite food? I would have to imagine fish, honestly. I love when I hear stories about people and black people in America getting annoyed when white people ask to touch their hair. Well, is it the opposite growing up? Yeah. I think that's why it's a funny thing sometimes when people talk about going to like China or Japan, and there are people that like wouldn't be great around people of different nationalities in their own country, and then the reverse happens and they're like unhappy about it. I don't know. Again, weird topic. I wish it was Gideon who was found dead instead of us. Bigger than I think a lot of people probably would. Gideon exists. The thing is, I think that's the good thing sometimes about Yoko Taro's writings, where he likes to illuminate. If you look at Drakengard's full of horrible people. Drakengard is so much darker. If you want to talk dark, go look at the characters from 3 in particular. There's some messed up individuals. The party from fucking 1 too. Like there's a lot of horrible shit that's like exists in Yoko Taro's writing, but he does it with purpose. It's very rare for him to be writing stuff without like a purpose. They just grabbed my head? Oh my god. Yeah. I think it's hard because there's also an older generation thing. I will say, I think as time goes on, we will get better because there is this inherent thing, but just the fact that we are still pretty close to the concepts of World War II and various world wars that have happened across the globe where it's between different nations. Wars are trending downwards, and now it's becoming a lot more like we're having more protective wars going on. And it's like, I think just, unfortunately we do have like 9/11 is still like a thing in people's minds. So like people from the Middle East still have a large issue with Western countries, I would say. But as time goes on, and like not necessarily all catastrophes will go away, but the older generation, I feel, unfortunately have had less exposure to the diversity of different people. Like just the idea that I know in where I live, I can think of people from all over the globe, and that makes me happy. But it's that thing of I've accepted that's just how the world is. Whereas a lot of the old generation, that's not how their world was. Everyone was from England, everyone was from Ireland, everyone was, and it's considered that they're refugees. They weren't brought over by like they were escaping something or things like that. People just suck. See, I think they can suck, but I think people on the most part are pretty. Otherwise, we would never move forward. They often grab mine too and just slightly drunk. Is this back when you, like CJ, is this back when you used to have like the long hair? My ex's grandmother never left New South Wales and I cannot fathom that. I understand that. I've got family that have never left the state. I totally understand them, like, well, that's more so because of financial things, but like, I can totally understand it. It also is a degree of why people are like, there's an ignorance that goes, because this ignorance goes with, unfortunately, with lower finances, because it's just, they're limited in terms of exposure. Grilled fishies, I think would be the thing, sunflowers. Alright, now, I have, again, no idea when this goes in a different direction. I haven't seen anything that's stood out to me that's different. I don't know if, I haven't seen any, like, weird, like, little hiccups or anything through the gameplay. I have no idea when this is going to change over. What is happening? Like, it just feels like a normal playthrough. How far do I keep going? Like, the thing is, I'm gonna go for another hour or so. But if this is starting to feel like we might need to do another session, which I sort of planned around, but... Oh, whoa! Thank you. Panquay, sorry, thank you. Panquay, welcome on in. How you guys going? Thank you for the raid. What are we doing? Oh, you doing some art? Shit. Panquay, feel free to flog some, oh, not flog some art, but feel free to show off some art in chat if you would like. But I welcome out everyone else in. We're actually currently doing the final ending to NieR, the new ending, which I don't know how or where it begins. So we're going in completely blind at this point. I'm excited. So we'll see how this goes. I have no idea. Yeah, you're doing some commission art? Oh shit, that's awesome. I feel sorry for the people that I've got people to commission art. I've commissioned art because I've asked them not to do it on stream, just because I have a lot of things in the works, and I don't want anything spoiled. Everyone link your art accounts? Yes. As you know, we do like art here a great deal. So if you're an artist, even if you're not a part of the raid and you want to promote your channel, feel free. I really don't mind. I'd rather you guys, people know of your existence and have a platform that you can reach out on. Also, thank you for the follow, Big Kahuna. Man, chat, I'm still, those cheesels are in the corner of my eye. I can just see them. I really want a snack right now. The other thing is I have chocolate here. Chocolate might be good right now. That might sate me for a little bit longer. You always ask if I can stream the commission? Yeah, that's a good way to be. Take a sec, you put a link in? Oh, sounds good. Welcome to Seafront. Wait, hang on, what was that? There was like text. Who was talking there? Did I just skip something new? Someone exclaimed that they were so tired. Who was that? Also, I don't know where I'm going. The lighthouse? The bar? The postman. I assume it's the postman. Postman? No? My leg's still bothering me. That's nice. Where am I going? I have no map of all the areas too. It's the other thing. Yes, Pankoi does commissions. She does amazing pixel art. Sorry, she. I'll bring it up. Oh, wow. Oh, and I know who this is. Pankoi, is this a VTuber? I'm fairly sure they've rated me before. Probably because of you Pankoi, actually. Just saying, this is so good, chat. Look at this. Look how fantastic this is. I love your... Do you know what I love about this art style is... Because I'm a big GBA fan. Like, the era of the GBA is still, like, super, like, nostalgic to me. I think, like, pixel art was, like... There was something about the color palettes that we used during that era. It was so good. Oh, man, I love that. That's so good. You should draw a pixel Daimono sometime. Yeah, that would be good. The thing is, I'm holding off a lot of commissioning art for this particular because it's a Palico. Like, it's sort of nondescript, less connected to me, because of the fact that it's Palico. I also don't know what I'm doing. Why am I here? What is life anymore? Chat, I don't know why I'm here. I'm not going to the lighthouse, that's for sure. There's nothing at the beach. Pixel art that keeps the SNES and NES era truly missing the potential, IMO. Yeah, I kind of agree, CJ. I really do. I think we've seen an upsurgence in indie games that have been focusing a bit more on more explorative versions of pixel art, and I think that's been nice to see. I think if you ever want to like want to venture out, go look at indie games. I think indie games is just a fantastic way. I think there's a lot of indie stuff right now that's been really nice to see, just in terms of, am I meant to go to the bar? I legit don't know where I'm going. I'll draw a horde of 1,000 Daimonos. Pankoi, I want you to do is I want you to draw just a tiny head and then just duplicate a million billion times. There's a lot, knowing pricing your art, PayPal, invoices, yeah, it's pretty complex. Pankoi, like, I do wonder, I feel like, do you know, how, like, when you started Pankoi, did you look at tutorials yourself? Did you get references from other people that were artists? Like, I'm curious. Like, because starting off commissioning is just, that's such a very, I don't want to say ballsy, but it's a very, like, there's a lot you have to go through to get to that point. Fudge, I have to do all the fishing again. Oh look, the Red Cross is back. Okay. I don't know where I'm going. I assume I'm meant to be going to the lighthouse right now, but it's kind of hard to tell where I'm going. Yeah, that cross bugged out, I guess. starting out as a wee baby and you ask a lot of artist friends about it. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think also that's really good to do just because asking artist friends is really fantastic to do just because, or making artist friends is really good to do because you can approach different techniques, you can promote each other, like there's just a lot that you can do to, like it's hard because asking randos on the internet be the type of thing where it's like you can get a lot of weird shit, but if you can have a proper back and forth, it's the same as streaming too. Like I am not against helping anyone with stream stuff. If you got any questions, if you got any questions, or if you've got like oh, I want to listen to her voice. Hang on. I don't recognize her. I don't recognize her voice actor. I didn't even think about hearing some of the side cast in Japanese. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, like for streaming and stuff like that, it's like, I think it's funny because some people are so privy on the information they don't want to provide it, and then other people, it's like me, where I'm just sort of like, I'll tell you anything and everything. I really like, I know so little in the grand scheme, but I've just discovered so much at the same time. So, and I know how hard it is to start anything really. The most important factors are basically knowing your price of your art and provide some sort of deadline and knowing how to use payments. Yeah, that's true, definitely true. I think that's the thing I've been seeing Pankoi actually recently. There's quite a few artists I've commissioned of recent where I feel like that they undersell themselves and I've given them a bit more, but it's one of those things where like I hate the idea of tips. I'm just gonna say that out now. As an Australian, I've always hated tips, and I think tipping on art is a funny thing because I feel like you should be able to pay someone for the what they're worth, and if I don't think that they are getting the amount that they should, I'll probably give them a bit more. But like, it's funny because it's very hard to judge that, especially starting off, and I think it's never be afraid to play around with your pricings as well, as long as you're clear about what you're doing it and when you're doing it, and not doing it too often, but like knowing that you can increase or decrease certain prices and things like that. Don't undersell yourself. 100%. It's really hard though. It's really hard to like figure out like how much what things are worth and stuff like that. I think that's the hard part with things like Fiverr and things like that coming about, where some people are just like, they're just doing it because they're just getting started and they already were doing it and just trying to figure out how to do with customers and stuff like that. But their quality is so high and it's so above everything. And then there's others where it's like, it's pretty rough and they probably shouldn't be like selling the product for the price they are, but the services are not going to stop them from doing it. So like, but that's on them to figure out if they're actually selling it by any means. I'm not, it's not underselling, but being realistic. Don't know anything? Yeah, no. Start off cheap to get experience, but don't be afraid to increase. Yes, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a big thing that I will say about a lot of stuff as well is, I know it's hard to hear this in a sense, but be okay with turning down commissions. Be okay with turning down like work from people. Because you don't want to get a bad customer. Like it's something like if you get someone who is going to, you know that if you step over a line or you just upset them in the slightest manner, that they will not be happy with you, or they'll go out there and publicly shame you or something, or like, I think it's a thing where you need to be okay with trying to make it something that you're happy with, but don't go be turning down everyone. But so my first time doing commissions, I was really low prices, but over the years I'm doing the prices I think are okay and good enough for you. Yeah, I think, because the thing is, I think Pankoi, like, it's the thing of, it's really hard because what you're trying to approach is a daily living cost, like where if I could go say work at like a minimum wage location and how much I get paid per hour. If you can approach a point where you're receiving that minimum wage, ironically, that's the intention with the streaming stuff, where it's like, if you can do that, like, to the degree where you're earning the equivalency of, like, it doesn't mean you have to be getting like a sub every hour to, like, or what is it? I'm trying to think of just what minimum. I think it's like you would be needing to get like 4 subs an hour sort of thing, I think, to like be considered minimum wage in Australia. And but it's like, that's a lot. That's like a lot. But if you're doing a similar sort of thing with art, it's like, it's really tough as well, because you've got to think about, like, it's not just the time making the art, it's the time organizing any like services you're setting up, contacting clients, the back and forth around that sort of stuff. Like, it adds up quick in terms of time consumption. So it's been a real talk kind of day it has, I think, here. But that's me. I've got opinions on everything, I guess. Night night, sleepy Yona. Chat, just had a question. The flowers that are in Yona's room, were they there all the time? Or am I crazy? Now I'm like constantly like looking around like, was this in the game originally? Was that in the game originally? And now I'm like, I don't know what point that I go to with this. Like, how far in do I have to go? This is like doing speedrun times. Big Kahuna, do you know, is my question. But anyone that does know in chat, will I be able to reach something within the hour? I want to say they're new, but you're still crazy. Oh. I'd probably, that makes sense. Also, how did you get Tiny Kappa? Mini Kappa? Oh, it's a Twitch Global. I didn't realize that was a Twitch Global. I do like Mini Kappa though. Small lad. Zip zoom. Whoa, what? Hang on, what? Okay. So, hang on, that's that weird bug. For some reason, that door sequence, I've seen it 3 times doing this as young NieR. I don't know if that was in the original game, but in this game, whenever you go through the door at that point in the story, for some reason, the black book comes up. I think the black mini Kappa is a Twitch Prime. I don't know. Oh, so you have to have Twitch Prime at some point to get it. It does say it's global. Until you get to the gigantic boss, the Airy. Okay, alright, cool. So we're not too far off. I mean, we're almost there, actually. I do wonder how much content it is. Like, is it a small amount of content? Is it something substantial? I really just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. For real, I love the transition from the original game, how this looked to now. Like, the problem is, I think this, as much as I love this theme song in this area, it's so beautiful. I think the color work in this game just pops so much. Like, I know it still has that kind of Dark Souls 1 sort of vibe to how the environment sort of looks, but oh, it's so good. It's so pretty like this. You wanna fuck up a boar? Chat? Chat, do you wanna mess up a boar? Idiot. It's a fulfilling amount of content? Okay, cool. Good to hear. That's pretty much what I wanted to hear. Hey, dum-dum. It's a moreish amount of content. Ah, the loop back. We've gone full circle. That's what I want to see. That's when you know you got good stream content, when you loop full circle and I somehow roll backwards. Bad ball. Oh, NieR, jump! Jump, NieR! God, I don't know why he stood still for a sec there. I'm gonna speed this up because he's just taking too long. Come on. Come on. Oh, did a little bit more than I wanted to. Oh, the summary didn't say much, it just revealed one thing. So yeah, don't spoil anything. For legit, do not tell me anything. This is the thing that I've been the most excited about for the entire time playing this entire game. This is the thing. I will bop you so hard if you spoil anything for me in this game. Maybe it's just a game theory. Man, do people still... Man, I shouldn't... I'm not gonna go there. Timeline's just repeating like Drakengard? Oh, shit. Being vague as possible? You better be vague as possible. Actually, don't go vague as possible at all, because I'm very good at reading into things. Alright, let's boost this little boy's butt. Still unsure if running is faster than the old, like, dash swing with the sword. Spoiler, Boars is about to die. Big kahuna! Time that boy out. 5 seconds. Timeline's repeating comment about this chat not NieR. Oh, hello. Kaine and the Shades. I knew saying that CJ could not resist. I would say rogue mod, but it's not. I asked for this. People don't really get banned on my channel very often, so... Fucking Pixie streams. Pixie streams are just always so funny to me. It's just so ready to bop me out of existence. I miss Barrier. I miss Barrier where I don't have to play properly. I've done the play thing. I don't need to play anymore. Hardly time to write letters. Why not? I want to write a letter about Shades. What's up, book? Look at my jiggly butt. It's so strange that it's like an extra arm. Like, Hook is the strangest looking thing in this entire game. Like, I get he's a manifestation of him eating just Shades, so he's just this unstable monstrosity. You know what he actually reminds me of? And I wonder... We talked about Full Metal Alchemist earlier. The fact that Emil's voice actor is, like, fucking Alphonse's voice actor. Realization, this thing looks a lot like Envy. Like... I don't know if that's deliberate. Yoko Taro likes to reference things, but I wonder if this monstrosity is like... I feel like I haven't under-leveled myself for this because I'm doing this so fast. Tiny Envy's so cute. I don't know, he's like a little lamprey. I don't know how much I consider that cute. Why does it keep bleeping? Kaine keeps swearing. So in Japanese, Kaine doesn't actually swear, she gets bleeped. That's Yoko Taro's joke, which gets translated into the West as just straight up our obscenities. Some people like it, some people dislike it. I kind of like Drakengard's Japanese more than the English, but NieR, I think I like her English a bit better personally. I think I like the idea of Kaine being as rough as she is. Zero's really rough in English. Zero had a really tough life though. I never heard the bleeps because I played on English. Laura Bailey's voice acting. Yeah, I know. The fact that it's also Laura Bailey is a really big deal as well. Like yeah. The thing is, originally we couldn't play in Japanese. That's the big deal for me. Like, I never played this in Japanese. We didn't have the Japanese voice actors in the original, and it makes me really excited just to hear all these lines of dialogue that I've never would have been able to hear before. Well, I would have been able to if I've watched a playthrough, but Kaine's English voice is very good. Yeah. Okay, so I've talked about this before where it's really strange, like, Square is a funny company with voice actors in the West, where it's like, generally their Japanese ones are extremely top tier. They have very good voice acting, like hiring, like, whoever's doing the voice casting in Japan generally is pretty good for Square Enix games. The West's ones can be pretty hit and miss at times, depending on the project, and some of the cheaper ones, which NieR kind of was one of those, but this game got an extremely good voice cast. I will say that there's, like, throughout the decades, there's been, like, voice casts have gotten, like, voice quality, I would say, has gone up and down in terms of, like, how good certain voice actors are and stuff like that. I can't actually lance this might be bad. Come on. But yeah. Different strokes for different folks. As long as you're enjoying it, that's true. It really is big arena. There's like, the thing is, I'm not going to hate on, like, it's just not my thing. Like, there's a lot of English voice actors that I think that I have a bit of an issue with just because of how they stylize themselves in quotation marks to try and match the Japanese rather than being a bit more natural. And that's why I think that a lot of older ones where there wasn't as many tropes about anime voice acting, like, came off a little bit better, in my opinion. They were just treating it as voicing roles rather than, like, trying to match or trying to do tropes from, like, genres and stuff like that. Kill the balls! Oh, I missed one on the top floor. Anyone remember? Very much so, Sunflowers. You're talking to a person that likes a lot of old anime. So I was literally talking. I was with my friends and we're watching. We're listening to 90s music, and then it just evolved into us just listening to 90s anime openings and just 90s songs in generals from anime. And oh my god, it's so fun to, like, think about certain ones and just really, like, Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo are just so near and dear to me. Even in English, especially in English, actually. I'm still upset that the English voice actors for 7 Remake, because 7 already had great voice actors and they got replaced. Are you talking about the ones from Advent Children? I really liked the Advent Children ones. They were quite fun. I think they were really good. But 7 Remake's voice acting cast was pretty dope. 7 Remake's voice acting and motion capture, very spot on. Now I'm curious if you've seen the English dub of Ghost Stories. Oh, Big Kahuna. Maybe one day we can watch that on stream. That'd be really funny. If you've never seen English Ghost Stories, God, may that series live in infamy. The art's so pretty. I hate referring to the main character as D. I was like, I love D. I love the D. Do you know what's really funny? I remember the first time I watched Vampire Hunter D was when I was at uni, and I was pretty exhausted. I don't know if I was studying that day or what it was, but I remember I falling asleep during my first watching of it. So I've always got this thing now where it's like I have this, like, blurred memory with, like, how the movie goes, because the first time I watched it, like, it feels like it was watched out of order. Ooh, I almost rolled into that. I was a lot stronger when I did this as a last time around. Get out of the way, Jack. We've skipped a lot of like me doing extra stuff here. His reprimands. Touch me harder. The original Japanese terrible show, English version was amazing. Seven's voice actors were used in multiple games. Oh, that's true. That's totally true, Red Rover. I forget about that. Dissidia was... Oh, I actually really liked Dissidia, how it was voiced. I mean, we try not to talk about the side FF7 games, honestly, Red Rover. They're a bit cursed. Ironically, they're being brought back into the main canon again with Remake, but whatever. The problem with Nomura, it goes on forever. The only vampire anime I've seen is the original Hellsing. Oh fuck, original Hellsing. Actually, no. I take it back. I have issues with the original Hellsing. Hellsing Ultimate is really good. Trinity Blood? Which one's Trinity Blood? That's not Blood Plus, is it? The scene in Japanese! Oh my god. Crisis Core on PSP was awesome. It was just that no one... No, I don't know about that. Crisis Core is at, like, pulling teeth sometimes, and I really have issues with the story. Maybe one day I can play it on stream to show you guys, but... I don't know, I think that game lives in people's memories a little bit more than they probably realize. Also, Angelo, the Buster Blade. Oh gosh, yeah. The original Hellsing was weird. Trinity Blood was the one with the priest guy with the guns. I've watched it. I can't... It's not ringing any bells though, CJ. You might have to show me an image of the main character. Priest with guns. Ah! There's a lot of eggs. I need to get to the... Alright, see you, Jack. Alright, Jack didn't change. Let's crush his face. Ooh, thank you for the water, Mavi. I haven't seen Hellsing, but all I know is Alucard Integra can step on me. Wait, when you say Alucard, do you mean actually Alucard? No, you probably actually... Never mind. Trinity Blood is the one with the vampire who drinks the blood of other vampires. Hang on. Let's look at this image. Oh, yes! I totally forgot about this series. I think I liked this series. I can't really remember much about it though. Oh, I kind of remember this. I also like that you just sent me a Google search, which I could have done. Abridged series? I'm not a big fan of people's abridges, unfortunately. Good boy, NieR. The antagonist Hellsing reminded me of a few people IRL I met in terms of his appearance, attitude. Wait, which one? The main antagonist, the woman? Yeah, we're talking about Hellsing Ultimate, yeah. Wait, Alucard is actually called Alucard. Wait, what's the name of the woman? The leader of... The one who commands Hellsing. No, her name's Hellsing, that's right. He's Alucard, right. Yep, got it. The antagonist Hellsing Ultimate is the Nazi leader? Yeah, Integra. That's right, yeah. She's pretty cool. Whoa! What? That looked digital. What? What? What just happened? No, shut up! Wait, are we playing as Kaine? No! No, we're not playing as Kaine, are we? I feel like I've forgotten something extreme. No, wait! Shut up! Wait, is this post? Oh, is she regaining her memories of NieR? 3 years. Wait, guys, is this the side story? Oh god, this might be the story from the book. Oh, it might actually be canon now. Alright, if you don't know the story in the book, I won't spoil this because it might go that way. Terrible sword's gonna get stuck in enemies. Why is it? It almost looks digital, but I think it's meant to be just representative of memories. Are they making ending E canon? Oh, please tell me I get to play as Kaine. It seems like it. Emil's staff's there. So she hasn't found Emil yet. So hang on, but does that mean Emil never found... That means Emil never found his way back to Kaine. Even though he's in the desert. I'm playing as Kaine! Oh, this is sick! Oh, she only has... Oh! She's just NieR. I don't have the full moveset. Oh, wait, no, she's different. So she is a single sword user. Whoa. She won't have any magic. Whoa! Whirling fucking slash. Charging fuck slash. It's just obsidities. Oh my god. Okay, so you can charge these. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I've got... He's getting ready to fight the aliens. Might have to swap these around. Give me a sec, chat. Let's go forward with that. And let's put... So it looks like no bullets in this run. Let's go see the area then. Can I do this? Hells yeah! I've got no mana! So I can just do this for days. There we go. Huh. No way. Look at her booty 10 times. Please don't tell me that... Chat, my save files are gone. Four minutes. This is a new playthrough. There's 2 times. Wait, hang on. What? Oh no, never mind. I read that wrong. That's the date. I bet you that is an achievement. I mean, there was an achievement in fucking Automata to look at 2B's ass. I just realized how no light or shade environments. Yeah. Oh, you don't know how to. Yeah, environments are a tough thing. Some people specialize in just environments. So I kind of was on the loading bar when we started ending D, but I wasn't sure to what degree that would go. But no boar. Got no boar. Kinda has no affiliation with boars. Oh, there should be more. Yeah, that's right. There'll be more shades than ever. Because the Gestalt project is failed. There is no way that they're ever going to come back. Should I go to the tree? Hang on, chat. Let's go off the beating path. Have I even got a goal? I don't even know if I've got a goal yet. Also, where's Yona? Why isn't Kaine with Yona? I don't know if this is the fastest way to travel, but it feels fast. Okay, she won't let me go into the Forest of Myth. I get it, game. You can, like, go now. I think this is the fastest way to travel. This feels fast. Again, these fields are very large. Wait, what level is Kaine? Hang on. Level 38, so I'm still level 38. Huh. I have no Grimoire Vice, I just realized. Look. I have skills, abilities, items, tutorials, and options. Huh. Bizarre. There is a boss just out in the world over there. Hello? Are we saving people? I have no idea how long charging is meant to be. So it's pretty much to the yellow, I guess. There's only one charge level. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm playing as Kaine! No way! Oh, they did it, the madman. I can't believe this is happening. I'm very excited. This is the thing that people wanted. Like, they just straight up gave us exactly what the fans wanted. Yona died 3 days after being saved, tripping down the stairs one morning. Wait, where'd the villager go? Oh, he died? Oh no, there he is. I can confirm Yona died and her twin sister Yona is now on the stairs. I think this is ending E. I'm fairly sure this is ending E. I haven't read that story in a long time, but the Forest of Myth is very important to it. I think they're making it canon, which is a really big fucking deal. Like, I don't know if it means it's the true ending, which leads into Replicant, Automata, but touching on this is pretty fucking insane. Because there was always a degree of like, is that actually what happened to NieR? Seeing people get excited about the game is something so cute. I don't get it, but at least not right now. But that's the thing, like, I think it's hard because I've talked about me playing, oh shit. I've talked about me playing story games on stream, and it's a tough thing because, like, if you only see, like, a part of the game in the story and then you miss and then get the next ones, I always suggest you guys checking out the VODs if that's the case, if you do want to keep up with it. But it's difficult because then it's like... Sorry. This is a new song. There's new music too. Sorry, I'm getting very distracted by this. But yeah, like, it's very tough. I understand why people can't watch it all. Shades? Oh, the tree's active again. Wait, that's Shadow Lord magic. What? What? What is this? Wait, what are these? Machines? They're machines, but they're not normal machines. They're using the same skeleton. What are you? Are these parts of the tree? So for those who don't know, this is the Tree of Myth. This is a large repository, a storage base, a database of all of humanity. And Shade started leaving it as it started to fall apart over time. And it's a giant machine, essentially. Story time? Black screen story time? I can hear crickets and frogs inside. That sounds very relaxing. Wait, that's a new symbol. What's that? That's one of the logos for the endings, isn't it? Oh, we're going inside the tree. Oh, the big thing that people were like, oh, I remember when people originally played NieR, it's like, oh man, I wish we could have actually gone inside the tree. We're doing it. Even better than Black Screen. Oh, man, very much so. Yes. If you notice, the voice is very similar to the robots, the automated voices in Automata. Is this the voice of the tree? What are these? I don't believe it's the aliens. The aliens haven't attacked as far as I know. Become as gods. Wait! I know that voice. The fact that it's not just the fact that that was the automated voice. I'm fairly sure that's Pascal. Wasn't that Pascal? Peepo or something? Beepy. What are these? What are these parts? Well, BP is the template for all machine life forms in the future of the game. Maybe the voices. Yeah, I think we're finally seeing what they're in Red Rover. I'm gonna have to look back at the voices at who's who. I'm gonna probably play this in English as well after I'm done. It's multiple voices. Because Kaine doesn't know this, by the way. NieR found this out. NieR and Vice found this out. Kaine stayed outside. Remember that Kaine doesn't know a lot of everything that happened. That was 9S and 2B. I just realized those two voices. I'm fairly sure that was 9S and 2B just then. That's 2B, there. I think that's the 3. Oh, hello. Oops. I might swap those around. I kind of would prefer to swap those. Let me out. I'm getting mad Final Fantasy XIV vibes from this, by the way, chat. I wonder if Yoko Taro spent a bit of time with the 14 team. BP is a very important character. BP is one of the most important characters. It's interesting that people, like... It almost looks like the alien network of cables and stuff, but I think it's just... I think it's just machinery that humans must have done. I have to get this stuff because I haven't got any items. Boss room? Okay. What the hell? Well, we've found 9S and 2B. Kinda. Why aren't they red? This isn't the twins. This is something else. What? Kind of looks like the girl from Drakengard. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. Also, this is BP's. This is BP. Who has attack moves. Okay, interesting. Good, he still has that stupid attack. Oh, okay, so here's the problem here, chat. NieR's text is in the top left-hand corner. I'm concentrating on fighting, so... Nice hit, bro. Show you what? Entertain us. Fuck. Wait. Is this the collective consciousness? Is it actually them? Whoa, BP hits hard, yo. I didn't mean to do that. Well, it doesn't seem like there's any more dialogue, so I was happy to kill them there. I told you you shouldn't have picked Japanese? Shit, no, I'm picking Japanese. Worth it for that moment alone. What is going on? Wait, does this mean that... Does this mean the Cult of the Watchers have been infected in the entire system for this entire time? I don't think we ever would have realized it was this far back. That means when the Queen Beast fell, and all of them were converted, and all of the Red Eye Rampages, it wasn't fully squashed out. Their consciousness lived on through the machines somehow. What converted them into the machine here? What is this? It's white flowers? Other thing is, this looks a lot like how Omega looked in 14 as well. I never thought that the twins from Drakengard would be like the template for this. But why is it? They look kind of like 2B and 9S. It's not. That can't be coincidence. It might be for our sake, though. Oh, jeez. Damn, they look good. These cutscenes look a lot better too. These look like automata cutscenes. This doesn't look like the janky original cutscenes. Whoa! Oh, this is cool. Alright, I guess we'll fight. I'll try and read while I fight, because this is going to be... There's a lot of dialogue I don't want to miss here. I mean, I can always watch back my own footage, so it's never too much of a problem. That charge attack doesn't do a lot. I am leveling. What? I wasn't expecting that. Huh. It looks like the twin brother and girl from Drakengard? Yeah, it does. Their name is eluding me. But they are the base template for a lot of the shit that happened. Okay, so this has gone a completely different direction to what I was thinking it was going to. It might eventually, but I don't remember this from the stories. Or at least it wasn't the important thing that I remembered. So that's a good get off me button, the whirlwind. Wait, we've lost UI, so I can't actually see their health pools now. I seem to be still killing them. This is going into a very automata mode here with the camera. Well, certainly not weak. Also, they have two swords, like proper Kaine. Yeah! My boy! Good boy. Good Emil. Wait. Oh, it started. He's changing himself. These ones have less health than the other ones I was fighting. Number 7, magical weapon. Alright, so of course they know everything. So they've been, how have they been paying, I don't know how they've been watching. How have the Watchers been actually actively doing shit? Like, they're not integrated to the Shades. This isn't like the machine life forms. Why do they know what's happening in the world? Well, it has been forever. Oh, they can't remember. Wait. Does Emil remember? Huh. Where's this going? I'm so excited. Maybe it's all just repeating? Well, what we know about the timelines from Accord, it could be. I don't really know. The fact that Accord was brought up in this game means something. Surely. Maybe they took NieR's memories while he was interacting with the tree? That's the copied city! Wait, what? Hang on. What? Wait, what? Surely this is just the core or something. Emil is an anomaly? Well, he's technically the strongest magical being we know of in this universe. Chat. Chat.
さっきは騒がしくて話せなかったが、あの後一体何があった？どこにいたんだ？それになんで腕が4本もあるんだ？
カエネさん、そんなにいっぱいは話しきれませんよ。
わかってる。心配したんだぞ。
Oh.
カエネさん、でもまた。
Oh my god, Team Camille. Oh, that's very cute, Emil. I love that. It's them. No. Fuck off. No way. Chat. Oh, I see something in the distance. Something that I will be playing on stream next time. No way. Oh, God. Bird cages? No. Okay. Alright. I got a little too hyped there. I thought they were the bird cages from Reincarnation. I have Reincarnation on my phone. I've been playing a bit of it. I will be playing it on stream next time. But yeah. So this is a combination of the fountain area. Also, there's straight up fall areas. I can answer the lore questions, but I don't want to spoil. Yeah. No talkie. No talkie yet. I thought the city was from Drakengard? Wait, which one? This segment of it? Remember, I haven't played Drakengard. I know a lot about Drakengard, but I've never played Drakengard 1. Oh, God. The modern city? No, modern city didn't look like that. Modern city looked like Tokyo, DJ. Like, it was straight up Tokyo. Both in 3 and 1.
エミールもか。
カエネさんも。
ああ、なんだか知らないが、頭の中にもやみたいなものがかかってて。
僕、誰かと何かを約束したような気がするんです。
Wait, so when did the aliens invade? So the aliens have already invaded? No, the aliens don't matter here. It's straight up, it's the collective consciousness of the Watchers. Right? But, so that means they infect it and they've been making this with machines? What have they been using to make this? Technology? I didn't think technology would have been advanced enough. How have they done this? Is their magic power just that powerful? What if it were aliens the whole time? No, aliens are a funny thing because they are kind of strangely non-consequential to the story. It's just trying to figure out where it actually happened. Well, CJ, you wanted to know about that city. That's Tokyo. Remember how I played 14, the final fight for the NieR storyline? And they fabricated the entire city? This might be the process of them doing that here. No way. The idea that this was underneath the world of NieR this entire time. So this is the door to the Shadow Lord's castle. No other healing? It's the Shadow Lord's room. This still could go down the style of the plot from the book, right? Drakengard isn't another dimension, it's a society of mole people. It all makes sense. Cube. It's funny because it's trying to replicate the effects that happened in Automata, but because it's a different team that made this, it just looks different. World. But why are they helping? No, alright, hang on, wait, there's more dialogue, stop. Alright, dialogue over. Ow! My butt. How does this work? Is this ending? I think this is the book. I have to reread this because I think they've expanded upon the concepts of it. Ow. Very strange having the beeping. What? What? Whoa, 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 what? What? Hang on, wait. No. Way. What? So the concept of the digital world is not exclusive to the androids unless it's the same. The concept of the android's internal world of like machine and all that. How is Kaine attached to it? Kaine's a replicant. They're full flesh and blood. They don't have any machine in them, do they? So the Watchers always set things on a path to get what they want. This would cause a series of events, I guess? Because they're not just evil here. They're doing something. What are they doing though? What's the point in giving back Kaine her memories? Kaine should remember that at least, shouldn't he? Should he? What? Wait, hang on. Is that suggesting... Wait, is this world not the real world? And that by NieR doing what he did, he's caused another set of worlds to exist, and that's Kaine's not real? Or theirs is a preservative of a world that no longer exists? I'm a little confused. Oh, this is so weird. I'm playing NieR... I'm playing Automata in Replicant. Pretty cool. It's made by a different team. This is a different team. This isn't... Just to point out, this is not made by This is not made by Platinum. As far as I know, Platinum didn't work on this part at all, did they? Oh, beepy.
悪趣味なことしやがって。
Remember Kaine said she would never use her blades on humans? One definition for brute force hacking. Kaine's the strongest replicant fighter in the history to exist. The first meeting with the administrators. But who are the administrators? I'm so confused. Well, if Kaine isn't a replicant of someone, who fought the Red Eyes? Isn't Kaine? Yeah, she is. Yeah. So she was a soldier who died in Tokyo. I think it was in Tokyo. Like her and Tyran, I think, are the two soldiers from memory. It's been a while. The thing is, this is where we're entering the realm of like specifics might actually become important here. Wow! Alright, I guess we should deal with Gretel. Oh, I don't know why I couldn't dodge there. I guess Kaine's... I think Kaine's special locks you down a little longer and you can't cancel that like you can with NieR's. Can't dash through enemies too. I think it's got a sizable amount of health. You're the reason of... You have the reason why they're giving her memories on the tip of your tongue? Is this the concept of where the creation of the Yorha androids come from? Battle droids? Eternal fighting. I mean, that's what they want. That's what the Watchers have always wanted. Eternal struggle. There he is. Shit, look at the area in the background. I mean, she is the template for A2. But I thought... Hang on, but... Well, I guess that's always true that 9S's original personoid that came up with the concepts for the Yorha units, he may have been influenced by the Watchers, especially if they've been around for this long. Like... By the way, I say Watchers because I can't think of the name of them. There's another name for them. I don't know if it's just they're called the administrators, but... Putting together the pieces so fast. Oh! Well, this is something I've been thinking about and very excited for a while, Big Garuda, so it's like... I kind of can't wait to find out more about this. Even if it just means that I will dive into speculative stuff post-stream. Oh my god, I can't wait to just theory craft a Hollyb after this. This is fucking crazy. Man, I could never have predicted this is where this was gonna go. I don't know how to get to that. I don't know how to get down. Stop it, please. Ow! I didn't just die. I think I may have just died. How do I stop that? Let me up. I can still fight. No way. It's 2B's dying animation. Wait. Oh, this is good. I want to try and get as much dialogue as possible, but I don't know where the orbs are going to spawn from. I'm just getting battered and bruised. I hope I don't die. Don't push me off, please. Oh my gosh. This is, oh my gosh. Do you know what this is? This is the credits to Automata. Help me out. Let me out. Imagine if they pull an Automata ending right here as well. You never noticed the animation? Yeah, it's straight up 2B walking to her demise. And we actually get some written dialogue too. Alright. When Kaine's eyes flutter open, she sees a dozen villagers quizzically staring back at her. After a moment, she realizes she's collapsed on the ground, where sharp stones dig at her like flesh. Whatever, that's not important right now. She pulls herself to her knee, rising on unsteady feet, sparing a glance at her surroundings. The fuck? She mutters. What happened? Wasn't I just fighting shades? Her mind races as her hand gropes unconsciously for the blade that had been her constant companion for so very long. Though she can't explain it, it's clear she has somehow been transported to an entire new world. Well, not entirely new. She recognizes the hawk-shaped weather vane twisting slowly in the wind above her, as well as the small, rounded homes, with wisps of smoke drifting into the air. And of course, there are the villagers, currently staring at her with mixture of fear and disgust. Oh yes, it's very hard to do these written parts right at the end of a stream. They're a familiar sight indeed. She's in the Eyrie. She's home. Something the matter, girl? Kaine spins around at a voice and sees the woman ravaged by time. Her narrow hips barely seem strong enough to hold her upright anymore. Her shawl, wrapped around her thin frame, appears to be ready to fall apart at any moment. Grandma, is that really you? Her grandmother's eyes grow almost comically wide before blinking several times in succession. What's wrong, you fool girl? Is your head lost in dreams? Dreams? Could this be a dream? But it feels so real. But she's dead. Grandma's dead. Watch that goddamn shade kill her. If this isn't a dream, then how the hell is she here? Unless those shades killed me too? That must be it. I'm dead. I'm dead, and this is... Oh, stop with that nonsense already. Kaine flinches as her grandmother raises a hand in the air, expecting the pain to come as a correction for her foolishness. But instead of a blow, the grandmother simply places a hand upon her granddaughter's cheek. The warmth of it instantly spreads from her cheek to her face, before filling her entire body with a kind of beautiful light. What's wrong, girl? Asks her grandmother. Are you upset? Do you want to go home? Inez feels tears coming to her eyes and struggles to hold them back, though she still has no idea what is happening. She knows one thing that is for certain. This is her grandmother. Sorry, Grandma. I'm not sure where my head was at there. Well, make sure you keep it attached. The grandmother chuckled and pulls her hand away. Maybe this is a dream. Or maybe I'm already dead. I don't know. But either way, I'm not alone. As long as Grandma's with me, that's enough. Didn't I just tell you to stop spacing out, girl? Her grandmother says with a cackle. Here, now hold this. She hands Kaine a large sack bursting with all manner of fruits and vegetables. So, looks like we're heading towards a perfect world scenario, because we know that they struggled getting food living so far from town. Damn, Grandma, that's a lot. Well, it's important to treat yourself every now and then. Besides, these villagers may hate us, well, they still hate them, but the bastards are more willing to take our money, so we'll lend support as we can, even if they have to hold their noses while we do it. Her grandmother trails off as if trying to remember something and slowly turns around. Well, what do you know? In all the excitement, I forgot to buy medicine. A thin smile wavers on her face, for a moment before vanishing into a lifetime's worth of crevices and wrinkles, causing Kaine to take a concerned step forward. No, Grandma, that's fine. You go home and rest. I'll get the medicine. Her grandmother hesitates, clearly trying to weigh down her own need and rest against her granddaughter's odd behavior of a moment before. Before she can argue, Kaine charges ahead, ignoring the small voice in her head telling her that it's a bad idea or what a bad idea all of this is. Really, Grandma, it's fine. Go home, I've got this. She pulls her grandmother's ancient wallet from her fingers. An act requires a surprisingly amount of strength. Besides, you know how stubborn I am. Once I set my mind on it, there's no changing it. I wonder where you get that from. Seeing that the further arguments will be useless, her grandmother slowly turns and begins a long journey home. Kaine watches the figure recede from her vision, waiting for what seems an eternity to ensure everything is alright. Once the frail shadow finally vanishes from the horizon, she turns on her heel and makes for the apothecary. We're going to the apothecary? No way, it's continuing. Oh there, says the elderly apothecary as Kaine enters the store. Here for Kali's medicine, are you? Though a few villagers have ever bothered to learn the grandmother's name, she and the apothecary were old friends. Perhaps that's the reason why he'd always shown her kindness when there were so many others did not. Yeah, it's not a bother. The shopkeeper immediately sets out to his work, definitely pulling out bottles and herbs from the shelves, mixing them with a practiced hand. Soon a particular smell begins to drift through the store, one that immediately reminds Kaine of her childhood. There you are, said the apothecary, and holds her a small cloth bag. Sorry for the wait. Oh wait, and that's a fine portrait you drew of your grandmother. Looks just like her, so it does. Honestly, I've never seen Kali look so over the moon over anything. She brags about it every time she stops by. You saw that? Kaine's eyes narrowing. Said portrait was something that had been whipped out one day after getting out of her hands on some crayons, and to call it rough would be an act of pure generosity. The idea that her grandmother would be displaying it around the town makes Kaine's stomach want to sink to her feet before slinking off into a hole somewhere. You bet I saw it, the pleased apothecary said. She brought it with her all the way just to show me. My, but it's been such a long time since I've seen something so wonderful. Kaine's mind begins to whirl. The picture was shit. She was sure it was shit. And yet, the man's reaction displayed the exact opposite of opinion. Is he just being nice to me? The apothecary, as if sensing skepticism, doubles down. I could really tell you put your heart into it. It was simply wonderful. Thanks, offers Kaine, who just wanted the entire conversation to be over. She briefly considers how she is going to make her grandmother cease her little travelling art show, but then realises that the train has likely left the station. Shaking her head, well, that's a weird phrase. Why does Kaine know about trains leaving stations? Shaking her head, banish her increasingly shrill thoughts, she grips the bag of medicine tightly and turns to leave, but just as she reaches the doors, she hears a loud thud from somewhere back in the shop. Kaine turns around to see the apothecary crouching on the floor. Hey there, you okay? The man does not reply. Kaine moves towards him. She assures that he just slipped on something, perhaps hit his head on the low-hanging shelves in the crowded shop. But the moment draws close to him, she hears him begin to scream inside her mind. My leg, my leg, my leg, my leg, oh my god, where's my leg? Panic, Kaine looks down and discovers the man's leg is gone. Help me, screamed the voice in her head. Help me! As Kaine looks on horror, the man's finger begins to shimmer and vanish. And as he reaches out for her with the other hand, only to find that it too is no longer there. Soon his arms go, then his legs, and then the sides of his face warble out of existence, causing a stray eyeball to roll out of its socket and onto the floor. Yeah, said the voice, if it could only be called that anymore. He can. A moment later, the remains of the pitiful shopkeeper collapse into a heap of ash, releasing a small puff into the suddenly silent air. As Kaine stumbles back in horror, she hears a completely cacophony of terror rising up outside. Oh god, what's happening? My arms! Where are my arms? Why can't I see? Kaine bursts out of the store to find herself in a nightmare. Homes slough on the sides of hills, taking out pieces of scaffolding as they fall. Screams echo out everywhere. creating an opera to for hell. Villagers run in mad circles before exploding into dust, their clothing drifting in this way and that as it floats untethered through the air. As she stares in the scene, wide-eyed, a single thought suddenly inserts herself into her forefront of her mind. Grandma. Kaine breaks into a run, crumbling world around her suddenly forgotten. She leaps from one piece of falling debris to the next, using stepping stones to cross a world that is increasingly losing cohesion. As she continues her mad dash, flecks of ash are blown into her face, her mouth, her eyes. Ash, 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 ash! Buildings and people all reduced to so many cinders in the wind. Soon she arrives at a childhood home. It was once a place filled with precious memories, a place where she regarded an oasis of an increasingly mad world, but now it was nothing but a pile of ash. She gapes unbelievingly at the sight. A faint sound suddenly reaches her ears. Kai, nay. She's alive, Grandma's alive! With speed born out of panic, she leaps into the giant pile and begins to shoveling it aside. It stings her eyes and burns her lungs as she continues, heedless of the danger. Finally, she pulls a small, blackened form out of the darkness. Come on, Grandma, she whispers. We're getting out of here. Without waiting for a response, Kaine gathers her grandmother in her arms and breaks into a mad run, hoping to escape the chaos. But the wave of ash becomes a tsunami, and before she can make it more than a few desperate steps, it reaches out with a cruel hand and overwhelms them. Kaine stumbles and falls, sending her and her grandmother tumbling into the ashes. One glance at her feet is enough to reveal the culprit. Her right leg has vanished, at a point just below the knee. So, I wonder if this is in reference to the fact of the fire that started in the house and the fact that she lost her limbs during the fight with Hook. Oh, it'll take more than that to stop me, muttered Kaine as she slings her grandmother over her shoulder and begins to crawl away. We're going to make it. We're going to leave. Live. As she crawls, her grandmother seems to grow lighter, as if trying to magically reduce the weight of her own burden, and as Kaine continues to struggle, she hears a small, soft voice in her ear. Thank you, Kaine. Thank. As the voice drifted away, the last pile of ash that used to be her grandmother drifts away on the soft breeze. Kaine screams, an impossibly sad and lonely sound. She begins to pull the ashes back to her. This can't be happening. It can't be happening! But the ashes are mingling with all the other detritus from the collapsed village, and soon she can no longer tell which particles belong to who. Come on! Come on! Come the fuck on already! As she continues her frantic digging, her hand suddenly closes around a piece of soft, ragged fabric, her grandmother's shawl. I knew this place was a lie. I knew it and I still couldn't do anything. I couldn't save anyone. I couldn't even escape. I just felt the peace. I just felt the peace in the place and I accepted it. I wanted it. And that's why there was nothing here. No reason to live. No goal. No anything. This is why I'm... Say. Suddenly a new voice enters Kaine's world. Say, can... After a moment, the voice calls out again, louder and clearer. Who's that voice? Him? Replied Kaine. Who are you talking about? Vice? Is that Vice? It's Vice! Although the voice immediately begins to grate on Kaine's nerves, there's something else, as well as a kind of warmth. Almost a familiarity. She's forgotten Vice as well. I didn't realize that. No, bad controller. Kaine did human transmutation. No, I think the world did transmutation around her, CJ. Are you truly that daft? You've forgotten one of your beloved traveling companions, so said the voice, which causing something so deep in Kaine's memories surge forth. That's right. I had friends, and I was fighting to get one of them back. At this realization, a blinding radiant beam of light shoots across the ash-covered world. Covering her eyes with one trembling hand, Kaine reaches out for it. Oh, I kind of need to hear this in English. I might have to replay this later. Oh, that's bright. Very dark right now. What's up, Jack? That's a spell. That looks different to the normal spell. It looks like Lance, but different. Fuck you, Hook. Vice! Oh, no, wait, I'm gonna control Vice? No, that can't be right. Kinda has a full moveset. Hell yeah! How does this work? Vice is definitely floating with me. Grants you the use of magic. I just straight up get all the moves. The song, it's Kaine's song! Alright, let's make things easy. Hey Jack, what's up? Time to party. Ah, that's why. Whoops. Whoops, 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 whoops. Here we go. I got landed on. That's okay. Very hard to tell what's happening on me. That's interesting though, because that means Kaine's moveset changes. Oh, hello. I'm glad I casted wall there. Can I not hit this mofo in the air? I can. Alright. Think I can? Oh, I'm so excited. This is so cool. I'm so in love with this concept. Oops, I didn't mean to cast wall there. Oh man, this is gonna be fun because that means... Oh, I need to replay this save many times, I think, chat. Because I want to see what all the spells look like in this space. Also, I'm running out of time, chat. It's already 5:30. This is normally when I would finish, so we're going a little bit over time now. I have no idea how much longer I've got, but I kind of don't want to stop. I don't even think I can stop because there's no save. Alright, let's get rid of these because this thing has enough health that those might become a problem. Oh no, okay, so this phase, okay. Alright. I don't know if this is a timer survival or what. I don't really know how this segment works. Oh, they all have 1 health? Okay. Do I have, because they keep coming back. Yeah, it's a timer. Alright, let's rock. Pew 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 pew! Look at the lances in the digital world. That's why the spells look different. You big idiot. Oh, he's almost dead. There we go. I think I was taking a hit there while I was casting Dark Lance. Oh my god, look at the fists! Oh, that's really cool. Wait, the roof was like a flower. Wait, what? Hang on. No, wait, I want to see the sky. Wait, hang on, the roof is like a white flower. Called him Fuck Waffle. They still have waffles. It looks like a Lunatia. Well, it's not just the lunateer. It looks like the flower. Like, the thing is about the lunateer is it's like... Whoa. Oh, no! I hear a song. Wait.
私は決めたんだ。誰の指図も受けない。私は刃になるって決めたんだ。お前の刃になるって決めたんだ。絶対に取り戻してみせる。ふざけんな。勝手に消えてどういうつもりなんだ。
Oh my god, her voice acting here is fantastic.
この命も私が勝手に使う。だからとっとと戻ってこい。この腐る。
I think it's ending E. I think it's the expansion. I think it is everything that we thought it would be, but more. Do you want to recover the person you cherish? Wait. What happens if I say no? Hang on, what happens if I say no? I don't want to say no. What happens here? Oh, there's two. Why have you given me... Yokotaro, you son of a... Why have you given me an option? Yes, of course, yes. No way! What? This will currently delete all the save data. Deleting ending D will be restored. Wait. No. He made an infinite time loop in his own game? This mad son of a bitch. He gave us an out? So, okay, oh man. I'll go through with this, but I have some thoughts just on something that's happened. So, that's a really particular line, because they talked about time. So they know across time, which means that either a particular event has already happened, or they knew about something longer than we thought they did. What is the name of the person you cherish? Wait, which name do I use? Do I use this name or do I use NieR? It has to be me, right? Chat, am I coming back? Is it me? No fucking way. What? This is madness. This is so crazy. The game preserves the information in a temp save. I love this. This is so cool. Oh, he went and outdid himself. This is so fantastic. Now I understand where people were talking about fans being extremely happy with this ending. This was so worth the journey. This is fantastic. Does this mean, though, do I have the option to continuously go back and forth? Is this a time loop? I can just end ending D and save Kaine at any time. And I can have Kaine save my NieR every single time. Look, all my dumb fish are back. How bonkers. Oh, look! Okay, so this is something that a little thing that didn't get restored, but I kind of am annoyed now because it's gone because I saved over all the 3 save files. I wonder if I left the bottom one blank, I would have been able to keep my original NieR. So hang on, I just realized that person's named NieR. So a different person can be on a save file there because of that then. So NieR exists alongside me now. How strange. Because I saved a particular one of me just before time skip as the bottom third slot, and I just kept that the entire playthrough because I was like, if I ever wanted to just do that, I wanted to show off anything, I can do that. But, no way. Ending A, ending B. Look, it hasn't got my ending C too because I didn't bring myself right to there. So it did forget some data. So Vice's final moments, he somehow still exists within the machine, I guess. Oh. What? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's super not good. What? Emil? What is this flower? Does he have 4 arms? Wait. It's ending E! It's the book!
僕たちの過去は間違いだったのかもしれない。
でも後戻りはしない。
She saved young and... okay, so does that mean he also doesn't have his memories? Because he's a new lad? And there he is. That's a big ass flower. So that means that they were trying to do something. That means the administrators were trying to do something. And it failed because of Kaine in this particular timeline? Okay, holy moly. I bet it smells nice. I bet it smells like a new building smell. Wow, okay. That was big. I can't believe they went through with that. That's madness. That's super cool. Oh, that's so good. It's got that new NieR smell. He's got that baby new NieR smell. Alright. Alright, alright. That was super cool. And I'm glad that we finished up pretty much a little bit later than I wanted, but that's still okay. Failed or succeeded? Wow, okay, so here's the thing. Alright, I want to talk about a few things. One, now we know what voices appear here, but really big thing that happened. They talked about this time. They understand time and dimension. I don't know if that means that the tree database and how they integrated all the magic around that means that they've all... Is this something that caused them to see across space and time? Or is this something they've been able to do it for a long time? Then with the Queen Beast breaking through dimension... Okay. Oh, man, so many thoughts. So, one big thing about the Queen Beast is, and it falling through time and ending up in Tokyo, is we've never been sure whether or not the eventuality of humanity became what is the Drakengard universe. Is it a weird time loop? Or is it 2 dimensions that have been linked because of an event? Or is it something they're just completely unrelated and it's just happened because of the Queen Beast? Now, the concept of the Watchers coming through with the Queen Beast and then infecting Red Eye on the people in the world during the Black Scroll, that's what the Black Scroll is. The Black Scroll is them destroying things and taking over and making things zombies that they control. Now, they went through the Project of Gestalt, but they also established all these things like the trees, the database, the things to preserve humanity. Everything was to preserve humanity. The database on the moon. Now, does that mean at some point when they were creating that it was just impacted and then that's it? The Red Eyes have had control over the Tree of Memory for that long, and that's what instigated them being able to control androids eventually. But the thing is, they brought about time and dimension, meaning as if they know from other dimensions and other times. Whether or not, does that mean that the Watchers and the hive mind can see across space and time? And they're trying to find a particular path line where they just win. Because they're just destructive. We never really quite know what they're about or why they're doing what they're doing. Now, okay, here we go. Automata has all that stuff happen, and they essentially lose in their timelines. And the various timelines. The concept of Yokotara's timelines are a thing. We know that because of Accord, which happened in Drakengard 3. But now we have one other element that we've been recently introduced to us in Final Fantasy XIV in the NieR raids, where they come from across dimensions and they enter into the Final Fantasy XIV universe, where they get beaten and sent back into their world. Whatever it is, wherever they've come from, they get sent back. And that's with 2B and 9S, suggesting that 2B and 9S post-Automata have continued fighting against the Red Eyes, and they're somehow waging some war across dimensions, and somehow they figure out again a way to cross dimensions using technology that they figure out, or magic that they figure out during the timeline post-Automata. Whereas these versions don't seem like they have control. These versions still are talking about it, and they seem to know something, but I don't think that they're in control. They seem to be using other people to manipulate time. Similar to what happened with the Queen Beast falling through another dimension. So, that's madness. So, holy heck. That's really freaking cool. That was a fantastic ending. They brought in the story, so I keep talking about a book. So that was Ending E, which was written in a book years back. We knew this, we read that, but we didn't have those extra bits and pieces with the administrators. All we know is that they went into the tree. So whether or not that is another form of time distortion that's happened because of the Watchers, I don't know. But, like, that's pretty fucking cool. Oh, I'm so happy with that. I see what people meant about it being satisfying. That gave us so much in such a short space of time. What is that achievement? Does that mean something? Chat, does that mean something? What is that? A parting greeting has been added to the options menu? What is this? Visit that woman's house to acquire a new weapon. Kaine's house? I suppose she's been wiped from reality now. Wait, does that mean... Oh, look, it's their weapons. Wait, is there another ending? There can't be another ending. Chat, please don't tell me there's like another ending that I don't know about. Dang, one crappy rhythm game caused all this chaos. Man. Also, welcome in, Soren. Sorry, I've just been riding a high for a bit there. Do you know the 14 raid lore? Because I'd love to play that. It's actually not too long if you want to break it down, Soren. I did talk about it. I did have a VOD that it should be up on YouTube. I think I captured it on Twitter, so you should be able to find it amongst the NieR playlist. But I don't think I went through everything. There's not an insane amount. It was actually broken up quite over a lot of period, and it was a lot of focused on the actual 14 universe to some degree. But I definitely know a lot of it. So if you ever need me to break down a bit, I can. But I won't do it now because I need to finish up. But holy heck, what an ending. That was so good. What was in the options? Hang on, I want to know what was in the options. So I've got access to all the costumes again. Watchers essentially remind me of data collectors. They're being used by Yoko to propagate a story forward in the pursuit of information collection. The thing is, I don't know if they are, Big Kahuna. So they seem to be a... I don't know. The idea that there's this perpetual existence that seems to just want to pitch things in an eternal fight. I'm very unsure. And the Watchers have changed how they approach things over each game. So it's like the hive mind seems to adapt. Additionally, the fact that within the girl in red, where she turns upon herself, where the hive mind is not necessarily something that's always a solid idea. It's something that can actually manipulate and change. And that was a really big point in the end of Automata. But I'm unsure. Like, This is so crazy. Achievement means memory server firewall. What does that mean? Is the firewall meant to be Kaine? Or is that meant to be... Who acts as the firewall in that? That's a bit of an out there statement. I doubt that the Watchers would be considered that. Huh. But it's Yoko Taro game, so it's probably about jumping 5 times and doing 7 cartwheels and an 89 somersaults to unlock another ending somewhere. If someone else finds an ending, I will be right on top of learning about that. But I haven't heard anyone talk about it. I will now jump into this story. Like, I'm going to go theorycraft and do a whole heap of things off stream now that we've done that, because that blew my mind watching that. Fire is red, Watchers are red, therefore the Watchers are the firewall. They might be, who knows, CJ? They might have integrated, I don't know when they've integrated themselves into the system. Like, that must assume that so the entities, the humans that made the server, may have been manipulated in that time frame by the Watchers to create the server to propagate humanity's race so the fight can continue. Because here's the thing about the Watchers. They don't want to destroy everything perpetually, forever. They need something to host. They need something else to propagate a fight. They need something to allow themselves to exist. And then they fight against themselves and fight against other things. Like, so the idea that they want to propagate humanity is one of the biggest things in this. That means their destruction during the Black Scroll was only to a degree. Some part of them wanted them to preserve humanity, probably. I wonder if that's what the point of that is. Because otherwise, why else would they get involved with the Gestalt project to that degree? That's mad. That's mad. Wow. Their plan is to watch fans speculate? Well, that's a lot of food for thought. Because what we were wondering what might have happened with that ending was the idea of, will this give us a justification between what the end of NieR is as Replicant to what happens in between to cause some of the events in Automata. Ideas being the aliens, how the androids actually decided to go about forming Yorha, who was the person who was Nines, all this stuff. But that's not Yoko Taro's style. He's done a very Dark Soulsian thing here, which is he's given us the start and end point, but he's never going to fill out enough that we know what truly happened in between. There are dead zones in the story. There are that happened in Drakengard too, where you don't know what necessarily happened between the 2 points in time. They're very large jumps in time too, and it's deliberate. Like, it's meant to be your focus is on the actual individual entities during that time period, and what those links might be during that time period. Not to be like, hey, here's all the actual individual elements up until the point of Automata, which that makes so much more sense as to why you would do this, and it works a lot better too. It's almost like the Watchers need someone else to remember them in their memory. That's totally true. The Watchers need to be watched. Well, so there is a comic book which stipulates the creation of the Watchers, of the cult. I've forgotten the cult's name. Cult of the Watchers, I guess is what it's called. But that when that first got created, that there was an entity, there was one black beast, there was a thing, and then that propagated everything. Now, I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a canon scenario now. I don't know if that thing is actually something that we should think about. Is this thing ever going to be brought into existence at some point? But, like, the curiosity here is, what happens in reincarnation? I now have reincarnation. I have been brought into the beta. The story will play out in that game. I don't think that we're getting a mainline NieR story game for quite some time, if at all, at this rate. We'll see how reincarnation plays out, but reincarnation seems to currently deal with memories and the idea of it almost looks like shades are in it, and it's I thought it had something to do with the tree that we were just involved with, but now that throws that completely out the window because the tree of memories seems to be very much tied to the red eyes, which, yeah. So now I've got a lot to try and find out, I guess. There is some extra little crumbs and pieces in extra third-party other things, not third-party, but other non-game related things. But nothing has been as substantial as a moment like that we just played, and what will probably be in Reincarnation. Even Sinnoh Ellis has some light touches, especially Popola and Devola returning back into the story, apparently. They're doing a redo of that storyline. But yeah, holy shit. Now, I need to finish up, so I want to click this parting greeting. I need to see what this is. Oh, what? Boy. It's 9S. Oh my god, hang on, they got the voice actors back. Yona? I like. Wait, hang on. Please tell me that young NieR gets to talk as well. Oh, this is cute. This is kind of like a radio drama. For real, I think Emil's Japanese voice actor is so good. This is a pretty fucking killer cast on both sides. Oh wait, no, it wasn't 9S. It's young NieR. I like that. That was nice. I like that. That was good. There's a new weapon. Now, I would love to go find out that new weapon, but we need to finish. I need to finish. I need to finish. And I think that means that perhaps, maybe at the end of the week, instead of doing NieR, we'll do NieR in Reincarnation instead. Show that off a little bit. And maybe I'll go see Kaine's weapon? I don't know. Is it worth going see the weapon? I'm unsure. Oh my god. I'm floored. I'm exhausted. I am floored. But we really need to finish. I hope you guys really enjoyed this game. I love this game. I'm so glad that a remaster came about. I'm so glad that Automata exists. Reincarnation is a thing. People appreciating Yoko Taro's writing skills. It's such a... We're on a very good timeline. You can wait on it? Alright. Alright. But I'm gonna finish up here. We saved Yona. We saved Kaine. But most importantly, we saved NieR. NieR is saved. He is a living boy being in the world of NieR again. Which is mad. Ending E defies everything. Alright, let's swap it over. What a day. A day dedicated to NieR, and I'm very glad I did. That's what I was waiting for this entire time. Doing C and D and E all in one day. Old NieR dead? Nah, we don't need old NieR. We got hotness. We got new hotness of NieR. Young NieR. Thing is, in the book, I think it's insinuated that young NieR, when he gets resurrected, doesn't remember. And, oh, gosh. Alright, I'll give you that one, CJ. It is, we are all free now. Also, I realized I didn't close my emulator this entire time, so I've probably been a bit stuttery the entire time. Oh. Oh my gosh. Who are we gonna raid? Who are we gonna go raid? Bear's playing Pokemon. Man, there's a few people up. Why are there so many people?